Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.
If I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocking on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over just like throwing food around, or they're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day, I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is going to change to, we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, give me all the food, breaking out the door. And after a year, you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, with civil rights movement. We was asking, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're going to do? Ask?
What it do? Peace family, we are broadcasting live. Black Alpha Network, appreciate the pull up. Tap in, tap on in, most definitely. This is gonna be a great one, cause we going all the way in, full 100. We own it, boss moves, power moves, because that's all we've ever done. Foundational Black Americans, certified Black Society, American Freedmen, we've been making boss moves since day one. Look at everything we've ever accomplished. When you've accomplished what we've accomplished, that's a boss move. When you've created what we've created, that's a boss move. When you've done what we have done, which what no one else has ever done, them is boss moves. So they can come around and they can try to put dirt on our name. They can try to talk down, but they better put some respect on it. And like I always say, they gonna either get that shit up or they gonna get it took. But either way, it's coming home with us. And you know that. So pull on up, family. Let's go to work. Let's do what we do. Make sure you subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you roll with the whole family tree, because we in here. This era right now, this is the era where we are making demands and we are taking command. We not asking. They was asking back in the day. They was begging back in the day. They was forgiving back in the day. Y'all know goddamn well that ain't what's happening right now. Right now, it's reparations over everything. It's cut the check. It's run them tangibles. It's no tangibles, no vote. We can go all the way down the list. But I guarantee you one thing, is that whatever you see today is fresh. Everything you see today is brand new, and every single thing you see today is codified, and you can look across the whole spectrum of not only just the United States of America, the country that we built, but the whole goddamn world is on notice. They on red alert because they know they're in their final hour, and we're making sure what deserves to be here is gonna shine, and what don't need to be here is getting tossed the fuck out. And you can thank us for it. This is the certified era. This is all about us, and the whole world's gonna have to deal with it because it ain't going nowhere. Simple point. They used to run around about 10, 12 years ago and they used to say, yes, we can. Now we say hell to the no. And there's a big motherfucking difference between yes, we can and hell to the no. Yes, we can has got folks with blindfolds on voting for Massa. Yes, we can got folks jumping from one plantation to the other. Yes, we can has folks out here putting their own interest beneath Massa's interest. Now let me tell you all about hell to the no. Hell to the no is we not working for free. Hell to the no is we not putting nobody above us. Hell to the no is we ain't got no open door where people can come on in and steal our culture. They can appropriate what we do. They can steal off of our ancestors who built this whole country. That's what hell to the no is about. Now let me ask y'all, which one's better? I know already what my certified said. This the hell to the no. Yes, we can is gone. That shit ain't coming back. And how do you know yes, we can ain't coming back? It's because politically, they've been trying to make rounds. They done gotten their time machine and they went way back in the day. They said, let's call Mr. Obama on the phone. I'm sorry, y'all. They said, let's grab our 1-900-COON phone, call Obama up, and tell him to come on in and start saying that yes, we can shit again. But here's a big ass problem, is that this ain't 2009. This ain't the yes we can era. This ain't the can't we all get along era. This ain't the vote blue no matter who era. This ain't the what's the matter boss we sick era. This is all about certified foundational Black American freemen. This is all about us. All of us right here, y'all know what it is. Black Alpha Network, the whole family tree. We rock it. We in here real motherfucking heavy. And the world is starting to get a dose that they wasn't ready for. But guess what? Ready or not, we in a motherfucking building. And when I say we in the building, look what we doing right now. Look what we doing. We got tangibles on the table. We got reparations on the table. Every single thing that we do is right front and center. We are in the core of it all. Why? It's because we're the architects. They thought, they wished, they hoped, they hoped that we would just go away. They swore that they thought foundational Black Americans was gonna fold, we was gonna run, we was gonna hide, but they got another motherfucking thing coming. As I said, they came looking for some black folks and the wrong one showed up. This ain't Mr. Lumbumba. This ain't Mr. Jorge. Nah, this Mr. and Mrs. Freedmen. And we different. We run this motherfucker. Been running it for 400 plus and gonna always run it because it belongs to this side. Yes, it do. So when I say it belongs to this side, when I say it's lights, camera, and action, when I say we putting on a motherfucking show, we putting on the show. Front row seats, get your ticket. Because American freedmen are on a mission. They better take another look. All about action. And when we say action, action means really going out here and putting things down in real life. Really creating truth to power. You feel what I'm saying? It's all about peace, power, and delivery. And we delivering. On time, on the clock, precise. No days off. And the family is about to be in Washington, D.C. And the family is about to click up. And the family is about to get together, work together, build together, because we've always shined together. And when we in the same motherfucking place at the same motherfucking time, powerful things happen. I mean, anytime you've ever put a foundational Black American in the same space with another foundational Black American and another and another and another, things just get done. You know, like this country that motherfuckers live in. Like this country that people run to, hop to, skip to, jump to, and flee to. Anytime foundational Black Americans are on the same page, on the same accord, occupying the same streets, shit gets real. And family, it's as real as ever. It's as real as ever, and this is the era that's going to change the course of history. They're going to look back on us 100 years from now and say it was all about them. What a beautiful time to be alive. And we are all right here, and we all putting in that work, and we doing it collectively. We're doing it together. I cannot do this without my sister right here. I cannot do this without my brother right here. Each one teach one. We all do a little, then we all can do a lot. But what happens when we all do a lot? What happens when we all do a lot? Now we all do a little. What happens when we all put it down? What happens when we all working? What happens when we all building this brick by brick by brick? I'll tell you what happens. Everything you seeing today. Every single thing you seeing. All eyes on us. Yes, and it's going to be all eyes on us. And we going to be in D.C. and we're going to have the biggest reparations rally of all time. They've been disrespecting our ancestors' family. They've been disrespecting our ancestors' family. First off, they try to tell us our ancestors ain't really our ancestors. Then they try to tell us that our ancestors didn't build this country. Then they try to tell us that somebody else who ain't even from our lineage built this country. Fuck nah. So when we show up, we not just coming to get our check. We coming to atone for every single thing that they've ever done to us and every single thing they've ever done to our family tree. And when our family tree put it on, we put it on. So I will see the whole family there, live and in person. Cannot wait. Let's do what we always do. Certified salute to everybody. Let's get it in the right way because we own it. And since we own it, we are running folks clean off the block. We running folks clean out the paint. We running folks clean off the field. You name it. What you want? You want to do it in the political world? All right, cool. We can do that. You want to do it in the social world? Cool. We can do that. You want to talk about these little pop-up groups that come around? You want to talk about election season? What you want to talk about, fam? Because when it boils down to it, if FBA sees your ass is off brand, then you getting ran the fuck out. Now, wherever you get ran to, that's your own personal business. But guarantee, we gonna have your ass tightening up them track shoes and hopping over barbed wire fences to get away. That's how thorough we are right now. I'm telling you, we running the whole game. We winning right now. Everybody else is taking L's. Fuck it, I'll say it. Everybody else is taking L's and we handing them to these motherfuckers. Foundational Black Americans, certified American freedmen, we are winning every day, on the daily. You wanna go there? Let's name a name right now. We'll get straight to it. Barack Obama. Yep, I said it. Barack Obama. He is the main one right now that they try to trot back on in because they think this is 2008. He's the main one they try to push in front of us because they think this is 2008. He's the main one that they try to call up so he can come and dictate to us. Because, you know, he used to trying to dictate to black folks. You know what I'm saying? People in Baltimore are thugs. Y'all remember that shit? I can't do anything for you specifically. I'm the president for all those people. Remember that shit? Y'all better go vote blue now. Remember that shit? I mean, we can go here for days. We can go here for days. It's well documented. Cameras was rolling. But guess what? This ain't 2008. This ain't 2009. This ain't the yes we can era. This is the hell to the motherfucking nah era. We call the shots. That's what it's all about. It's all about us. We call the shots around here. Nothing moves without us. So ladies and gentlemen, we're watching the end of the Democratic Party. We are the ones who are breaking the Democratic Party. I said we shot callers. We said that we was gonna break that party, and you watching this party fold right now. And right here on the Black Alpha Network, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. We rolling. Right here on the Black Alpha Network, we're gonna break down step by step how we have called that we was gonna break the Democratic Party, and how we are breaking the Democratic Party, and how the next thing left is they gonna be in shambles, and we gonna be sitting here two-stepping. We gonna be two-stepping over their asses because they about to fuck up out of here. So what this shows you is that politically, there was never a blue wave coming. There was never a red wave coming. There was only a certified American Freedmen black wave coming. And politically, this wave has swept over the whole country, and anybody who's gotten in the way has fell to the motherfucking side. Political power. Let it be known, everybody was saying, we need to get our own political party. We need to do this and do that. We have done it. We've done it because we got on code. We didn't need to have a black political party. We didn't need to have a black lobbyist group. We didn't need to have a black and brown coalition. All we needed to do was get on code. Once we got on code, we start weaponizing our vote. Once we got on code, we start weaponizing our strategy. Once we start weaponizing our vote and our strategy, that's how we got black political power, and that is a boss move. Yes, we have. We have our own black grassroots in the building. We have our own black grassroots candidates. They coming. And we are seeing the Democratic Party fall flat on their face. Have y'all seen Obama at these little rallies? See, they called Barack Obama on the phone so he could come save Raphael Warnock, because Raphael Warnock ain't doing too good. Latest poll numbers show that Raphael Warnock is down to Herschel Walker less than a week before the midterms. They called Barack Obama on the phone so he can come save Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams, last report show is that she's behind Brian Kemp 1 week before the midterms. So let me get this right. Raphael Warnock is losing, Democrat. Stacey Abrams is losing, Democrat. And Barack Obama has come down here to help them, and this is what's happening to him.
Yes. So, sir, wait, come on. But this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I mean, we're having a conversation. Sir, I'm not. Sir, come on. Sir, this is what I'm saying. Look, there is a process that we set up in our democracy. Right now, I'm talking. You'll have a chance to talk some.
He don't hold no weight. He don't hold no weight in these streets. Barack Obama's out there in distress, y'all. Barack Obama is having to come to grips that he ain't heavy in these streets. He don't hold no weight in these streets. He can't come around here and just say, yes, we can. He can't come around here and dictate to us no more. This ain't them church folks no more. This ain't the boule no more. This ain't the black mainstream no more. This ain't the Democrats. The Democrats don't have no stranglehold on black America no more. We runs this. We run it. It's all about the foundational black American grassroots. We are in full control. This is our time. I don't know how much more we got to say it. I don't know how much more we got to put it out there. It's all on the motherfucking table. Barack Obama is out here in distress. He's raising his voice. He's yelling. He's getting heckled. People are yelling at him. He's like, well, wait now. Hold on. Can I talk now? None of that shit that used to work back in the day is working. Barack Obama's like the motherfucker who went to jail, got out, and still thought he was the man on the block, but then found out that he's been replaced. That's what it is. Every time you see any of these motherfuckers, Al Sharpton and his motherfucking perm, Steve Harvey, Roland Martin, they're all coons in distress. They're all coons in distress because they don't have no more control. Losing your control when you've been subsidized to fool, to trick, and to con black Americans, that is a hard pill for them to swallow. They already don't have a backbone. They're already real sleazy, scandalous people. They've been doing everything. They've devoted their whole life to serving massa. And everything that they've devoted to serve massa with don't work no more, and it went away overnight. Why did it go away? It's because we showed up. When the foundational black American certified American Freedmen Black Grassroots took charge, everything was cleaned the fuck out. You got to destroy and rebuild. And we destroyed all of that boule way of thinking. All that vote blue no matter who. That plantation is over. We don't have to say we're watching the Democratic Party go down. The Democratic Party is done. The signs are sealed. And they know it. They know it. Trust and believe. They're panicking right now. Go look at their faces. Look at them. Next time you see a Democrat, I don't give a fuck if it's in person, if it's on TV, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, go look at their faces right now and you see people who are very shook, people who are very insecure. They don't know what tomorrow holds. Roland Martin waiting for that zaddy pink slip to come calling. Barack Obama is trying to get off that goddamn campaign trail and go back to Chicago. It ain't working for them no more. All the motherfucking coons and Democratic shields, they're on notice. They understand they about to get punished. The punishment is about to come down on them. It is about to come down on them because their job title, and remember, everybody has a job title in the system of supremacy. The Democratic shield is no different than the House Negro. His job is to come in and to fool us into voting for the Democratic Party. That's his one job. He ain't even got two. He's supposed to wake up every day and go get black folks to vote Democrat blindly and then return those votes back home to Massa. And those votes ain't going to Massa, so his ass is in some deep trouble. Yeah, they wanted good trouble, right? They said they wanted some good trouble. But they about to get some good trouble. They about to get some real motherfucking good trouble. And foundational black Americans are gonna be the main ones who put it on their motherfucking back. Yes, indeed, because we're not voting for them no more. Raphael Warnock is losing to Herschel Walker family. Yes, his career is about to be over. I'm telling you, there's no coming back. There's no coming back. They put so much money in Raphael Warnock. Remember the blue wave? Let's just go back to 2 years. As a matter of fact, they're losing after 2 years. 2 years, the Raphael Warnock experiment, which was millions of dollars invested in him by the Democratic Party, by the Democratic masses, that shit lasted 2 years and got nothing in return. Stacey Abrams, they've been grooming her since the 90s. She was at a Democratic inauguration with Bill Clinton, and she ain't giving her no returns because she ain't won shit. We winning. Get them. We own them. That's political power. That's certified freedman political power right there. See, our political power looks different than everybody else's because we're different. We walk different, we talk different, we move different, we speak different. Our lineage, our heritage, our culture, everything about us is different. So therefore, our political power is going to look different. Our political power is not going to come by blindly voting for a party. Our political power is not going to come by hopping from one plantation to the other. Our political power is not going to come by yes, we can. Our political power is going to come by weaponizing our vote for our best interest. You feel me? Let me break it down to the family Black Alpha. I love this shit. Let's go. All day long, baby. Certified. I love my family. I love y'all. Salute to the chat. Let's get it. Our political power is going to look different than everybody else's because everything we do is on another level. Our level is at the very top. Everybody else is beneath us. So therefore, we're going to take another route. We're going to take that FBA route. They could all go down that motherfucking lane. They could all walk down that alley. We don't give a fuck. Put it this way. The whole goddamn world is walking down one street, and way the fuck over here, foundational black Americans are walking down our own street. That is called marching to the beat of your own drum, and that's exactly what the fuck we do. So when we sit here and we decrease these numbers of these candidates, when we can weaponize our vote and take away from them, that shows you that our political power is in full swing. Trust me, Barack Obama didn't hop his ass on that plane to come down here and serve two failed Democrats. And that ain't got something to do with us. Shit, that's got everything to do with us. As a matter of fact, that only has something to do with us. We are the ones specifically who are making that happen. Why? It's because those two candidates, Raphael Warnock, Stacey Abrams, they're out here catering to every other group. They're out here trying to get the vote for every other group. They're giving tangibles to these other groups. They just not giving tangibles to us. So when you connect the dots and you draw the lines together, the people that they benign neglect, us, the people that they ignore, us, the people that vote for them at 90% but don't get shit for it, we're the ones who are saying, well, fuck that 90%. We're going to take it back. My truth to the family. All we have to do is reduce votes for the Democratic Party. See, we talk about how black folks vote at these high degrees for the Democrats. All we have to do is take away those votes. We don't have to take away the 90% of blind voters. All we got to do is reduce these motherfuckers by 3 to 4%. Let me frame that, highlight that, and break that shit down. We're crafting something over here on the Black Alpha Network called the BGI, Black Grassroots Initiative. And it's talking about how to get political power in the freedman sense. How our political power looks, how we get down, how we roll. It's different than everybody else. It's got our stamp, sign, seal, approval, peace, power, and delivery. We explain to everybody how foundational black Americans, we ain't got to get 80% of people to quit voting for the Democrats. We ain't got to get 20% of people to quit voting for the Democrats. Every election is going to boil down 3 to 5%. That's it. You ain't got to stop voting for these motherfuckers at 80%, 70%, 60%. You ain't got to do none of that. All you got to do is work within that margin of error. And the latest poll results, ladies and gentlemen, show right now that Herschel Walker is polling at 47.6%, and Raphael Warnock is polling at 46% flat. That is well within that margin of error. So, who do y'all think is responsible for creating that 1.5% margin of error that's just putting Herschel Walker right above Raphael Warnock? Who y'all think's responsible for that? The Black Grassroots. Moving on. Stacey Abrams is polling at 43.6%. Her opponent, the incumbent, Brian Kemp, is polling at 51.4% in the Georgia governor race. Who do you think is creating that 8-point margin of defeat for Stacey Abrams? The Black Grassroots. All we done had to do was separate their poll numbers from 3 to 5%, and in Stacey Abrams' case, 8%, and they asses ain't gonna win a motherfucking thing. That's called voter reduction strategy. You catch that over here on the Black Alpha Network certified. Yes, indeed. Off top, our brother Marcel Dixon, when he pulled in the numbers that he pulled in, that is what we're talking about. That is enough to cut into the Democratic Party consistently. Yes, it is. The percentage that our brother Marcel cut into James Coon Clyburn's numbers, that alarmed everybody. That's why Kamala Harris got on that phone. Trust me, Kamala Harris, the vice president, came all the way down to South Carolina so she could go assist James Clyburn. The same way Barack Obama comes all the way down to Georgia so he can assist Stacey Abrams and Raphael Warnock. See a pattern? You see a pattern? That's because black folks are either not voting for the Democratic Party, cutting into their numbers, or in Marcel's case, we have a black grassroots candidate that we voted for, which cut into their numbers. All you gotta do is poll the way our brother Marcel did, and you can have the Democratic Party in a world of trouble. Salute to the family. So when these races get real tight, when they out here campaigning, it's coming down to the last hour. They spending millions of dollars. They going around telling everybody what they gonna do. They're putting all these political ads on television. Every time you go to your mailbox, you check it, you see more political paperwork coming to your house. You can look and see that shit ain't returning for the Democrats. All the money spending ain't returning for the Democrats. All the campaign ads ain't returning for the Democrats. All the Democratic shields that they send into our Twitter spaces ain't returning for the Democrats. All the Barack Obamas and Kamala Harrises of the world ain't returning for the Democrats. So they better go get a refund, a political refund, because yesterday's price ain't today's price, because we have upped the ante. Where did that 3 to 4, 5% and Stacey Abrams 8%, where did those voters go? Where did they go? Who's responsible for them voters disappearing? Who's responsible for them not showing up? Black folks been voting for the Democratic Party 90% for 60 years. And now all of a sudden you starting to see those numbers disappear? Now all of a sudden them campaign ads ain't working? Barack Obama ain't working? Kamala Harris ain't working? I thought they was the first blacks. I thought the first blacks was gonna save the day. Where did all those voters go? Where did they disappear? Where's that 90%? I'll tell you where they are. They sitting their ass at home right now because they're listening to the black grassroots, not the black mainstream. We, and I'm gonna say this clearly, family, we are solely directly responsible for Stacey Abrams losing and for Raphael Warnock losing. The black grassroots is in full control and we have affected their voter turnout. That's what we done did. I said it. Said it with my motherfucking chest. We have affected their voter turnout to where that 3 to 5% that we speak about isn't coming out. They're not showing up. They're not voting. Why are they not showing up? Why are they not voting? It's because everything that we say, motherfuckers is listening. When we speak, motherfuckers is paying attention. They gonna tell you that. Them woke folks on the internet. They gonna tell you that. The new black media, they gonna tell you that. Them race hustlers, they gonna say all that shit. But I've been saying it before and y'all all heard me say it. Anytime they start going in on the new black media or they start going in on the black grassroots, that is just a reflection that they are scared, because if they wasn't scared, they wouldn't say shit. Trust me, if the new black media wasn't in full swing, they wouldn't be saying shit like this.
Do you not think it's suspicious that certain groups you don't hear a peep from when we're not in an election time? Where have they been for the past several years, right? Where are they once an election is over? There are certain black groups that you don't hear anything from them until they pop their heads up to tell black people not to vote. Do you not find that suspicious? I sure do. And I am wondering, how are some of their leaders being funded? I'm just going to go straight there. I think that we should be politically sophisticated enough to understand that there are certain individuals that look like us that get paid royally to suppress our vote. All our skin folk ain't our kinfolk, and we need to recognize that. When you see something suspicious happening, you need to ask yourself, why are they only here now, and why are they singing the same song, and they only sing that same song when it's time for us to get out and vote? That is suspicious. It is a pattern, and I hope we are politically sophisticated enough to not be bamboozled by that behavior.
Y'all heard her? She getting mad. She pissed off, ain't she? She know that goddamn pink slip coming. She know her Democratic Shield pink slip is coming, and she's about to get Democratic Shield laid off. Yup, they all about to get laid off. They all about to be out of work. Roland Martin, when's the last time y'all seen Vanessa Jones? Broken Buck Kari Seller. They was hiding. Remember when they thought shit was sweet? They was running around here talking about y'all woke folks on the internet. Remember Buck Kari Sellers was saying that shit about Marcel? Now Buck Kari Sellers is on TV talking about we need to have an outreach program to black folks. Nah, you scared. Shut up. You scared. Sit your ass down. Yeah, when you thought shit was cool and you thought the Democratic Party was gonna keep on winning, when you thought that the black mainstream was in effect like they were in 1992 or 2002 or 2012, you was happy dappy sappy. Now you see that the black grassroots is affecting y'all. The black grassroots got y'all poll numbers disappearing, and the black grassroots has black voters staying home and seeing through all the bullshit of the Democratic Party. Now y'all motherfuckers ain't nowhere to be found. And I'm gonna tell you why she's mad. She's mad because we are the influencers. We're influencing everything. The black grassroots is influencing the new generation, the young folks, and the black grassroots is actually influencing older people. I'm seeing older folks say, that Joe Biden ain't did nothing for us now. We have been voting for the Democratic Party blindly for 60 years. I'm seeing folks who have been voting for the Democratic Party for 60 years, folks in their 70s and 80s, and they're questioning the Democrats. I seen an old person sitting there talking about Barack Obama, and they was like, Barack Obama said he was gonna do this for us and that for us, and he ain't do nothing. He did more stuff for immigrants. So you know when you are getting the old folks, the old boule folks ain't fucking with the Democrats no more. That's because of us. We are the influencers. That's why they always get mad at our brother Tariq Nasheed. They get mad at our brother Jason Black. They get mad at the whole new black media because we can reach places that they can't reach. When you a dinosaur and your arms don't get up and you gotta hop in your fucking hover around and you got arthritis and you can't walk from here to the bathroom without every bone in your body popping and shit, you out of touch, you out of date. And that's what's happening now. They have no ground to stand on. So when she's saying there's some type of conspiracy, yeah, like literally, hey, listen what she's saying, family. You know they desperate. You know they desperate. She says there's a conspiracy to get black folks to not vote for the Democrats. That's what it is. They don't want to face reality, I'm telling y'all. These coons live in a world of coondism. They don't give a shit. They will make up anything to make themselves feel better. They will say anything they can if that makes them sleep good tonight. She know goddamn well ain't no conspiracy to get you to not vote. What kind of money is there? Tell me, what lucrative business is it to get black folks not to vote for the Democrats? I'll tell you where the money's at. The money is selling out black folks to make sure that they do go vote for the Democrats. What Dr. Claude Anderson said? He said, show me somebody that's willing to sell out black folks and I'll tell you how much money they gonna make. There ain't no goddamn money in getting folks to see the light. There ain't no money in trying to get black folks to do what's best for them. There ain't no money in trying to get foundational black Americans to have a foundational black American only agenda. That's what they're trying to get us to stop. Trust and believe. Roland Martin, Van Jones, Buck Kari Sellers, Angela Rye, they get subsidized by the Democratic Party. That's why you have a Democratic Shield. So in this lady's world, the Democratic Shield makes no money selling us out. But the new black media makes money trying to get us to not sell out. Get the fuck out of here. I done heard some ones in my life, but you know when you reach into that degree, you all fucked up. And she all wide and offside with that one. She don't know what she's saying, and she don't believe that shit herself. You can look at her face, she don't believe that. She don't believe that at all. That's her coon coping mechanism. She has to cope with the reality that the black mainstream that they put so much money in isn't working anymore. Barack Obama, y'all know the whole motherfucking list. They gotta come to that reality. They can hide from it, you can run from it, but it will walk your ass down. And the black grassroots have walked their ass down. They done ran, they done hid, they done hit the goddamn turbo boosters, but they still gotta face the facts that they have no weight in these streets. And we are the genuine influencers. And she says, it's funny how these people only show up in election time. Like we ain't here all year round. And they know we here all year round. That's why I'm calling out her bullshit. I'm calling out her bullshit right now. We just stripping all that away. This is what you call getting exposed. We dropping real receipts and she ain't got nothing. She got empty pockets, you feel me? And we got money for days. We here year round. And how do we know they know we're here year round? Because they're always in our spaces year round. And they using our terminology. And they using our words. And they trying to talk like us. They're running around here talking about reparations. That's because we're here all year round. They're out here talking about tangibles. That's because we're here all year round. They're starting to say foundational. That's because we're here all year round. They're starting to actually use the term freedmen. That's because we're here year round. They know we always here. Foundational Black American Black Grassroots, we done took over not because we show up in election time. It's because we showing folks the real about election time. And that is a Democratic Party, the Republican Party, or anybody that does not serve our agenda will fall and we will break your ass. And they are being broke right now, and being broke is a terrible, terrible thing. Don't nobody like getting broke. I'm sure they hate it right now, but they just gonna have to live with it. They could have been on the right side of history. They could have been out here looking out for their lineage, their heritage, and their people. No, they want to say African American, POC, black and brown coalitions. They want to sell us out. They want to go out there and tell black folks, go pick cotton, I'm gonna tell mass on you. They want to tell black folks, you didn't create this country, some immigrants did. That's what they wanted to do. They had their choice. They had their choice. Now it's no motherfucking compromise. Zero tolerance. And once we took that zero tolerance policy, you see the way shit moves now. Everything is moving. We ain't gotta wait 5 years. We ain't even gotta wait 5 days. We say some shit, then we go. We make up our mind, we own. That's what I'm loving about right now. Anytime the family says we gonna make some shit pop, we make it pop. Look at the reparations rally coming up right now, which I'll be present. That I can't wait. Salute to the family. We're gonna come through and we're gonna make our presence known. And that's what happens when you make demands and commands and you quit begging and you quit asking. So when we got that influence, when we're controlling the narrative, when our story goes above their stories, we're winning. And like the adage is, they can outspend us, but they can't outwork us. And we work it. Yeah, we made them hide the first time after Joe Biden got elected. Because remember, they was running around here talking about, we're going to hold Biden accountable after the election. Y'all ancestors died for y'all to vote. Y'all better go vote now. And then when we showed them that Joe Biden ain't did shit, what they do? They wouldn't hide. And then when they won a couple little elections here or there, then they came back out and said, yup, man, we in control now. And then now that their asses is getting washed, they getting mopped up. They have no control. Reality is starting to set in. And y'all know what we say. Certified Black Society. We give true checks, fact checks, and reality checks. And these motherfuckers is getting the dosage of a reality check. They're seeing that they don't mean nothing in these streets. They name don't hold no weight in these streets. The Democratic Party, the Boule, the black mainstream, they names is trash out here. The real black grassroots and the new black media is what controls Black America. And we're going to continue to control Black America. And you're watching it right now with the poll numbers. You're watching it right now with the Democratic shields hiding. And you're seeing it all in Barack Obama's face. Listen to him.
They had long hours and sore backs and bad knees to get that Social Security. And if Ron Johnson does not understand that, if he understands giving tax breaks for private planes more than he understands making sure that seniors who've worked all their lives are able to retire with dignity and respect, he's not the person who's thinking about you and knows you and sees you, and he should not be your senator from Wisconsin.
Y'all ever heard Barack Obama get that mad? He's mad. If he understands that we don't care, then fuck him. Man, shut up. You mad. He mad. Obama's mad. You mad. You big mad, Obama? You big mad, huh? Shit was cool, though, when you was running around here talking about you the president for everybody. When you was out here calling black folks thugs in Baltimore. Yeah, when you was saying black men need to take responsibility. When you was saying we need to quit trying to be ballers. When you was trying to lecture black folks all the time. But yet you was signing laws to make everybody else's life so great. But you didn't write one law for us. The black grassroots has pointed that out. The black grassroots are the ones. We all, it's on us. It's all on us. I'm telling you, the difference between all of us right here and everybody else, they think they're winning. We know we are. And when you know you're winning, you walk different, you move different, you step different. You walk with a confidence. When it comes to this lineage, this heritage, and this culture, I'm the most conceited motherfucker in the world. I'ma always be conceited when it comes to being a foundational black American. Goddamn right. We're not gonna be as great as we are and we walking around here with our face to the ground. No, we walk with our head to the sky. We own the fucking place. When we show up, everybody else bows down and they have no other choice. Have you ever seen Barack Obama that heated? I ain't never heard him raise his voice like that. Never. That is a man who is scared right now. His legacy is on the line. Trust me, his legacy wasn't about being president for 2 terms. His legacy was about stalling out black folks for 100 years. Fuck the 8 years where he was president. It's about the next 100 years where he could keep us down as some type of fake savior, okay? As some type of indication that racism went away. All the shit that they said when he was president, the first black, things done got better, everything went away, everybody should be happy. That's what his legacy was about. And he sees that his legacy is getting that knock on the door. And who's in the front? The black grassroots. And that's why he's so mad. Trust me, that wasn't about no damn Republicans. That wasn't about any of that shit. That was about him being upset. And he can't come out and just yell because he's still trying to trick folks. So in reality, he's having a temper tantrum. Barack Obama is throwing a temper tantrum. And that temper tantrum has his ass turning red, yelling at folks, talking about go out and vote, because he understands that foundational black Americans don't rock with him no more. And if you put so much money behind him, billions of dollars, you put so much time behind him, decades, and that shit all went away in one day, just like we said before, that's a hard pill to swallow. So anytime you see him having a temper tantrum, that means that we winning. Anytime Roland Martin has a temper tantrum, that means that we winning. Anytime you see Stacey Abrams' poll results are in the trash can, that means we're winning. And anytime you see Raphael Warnock's poll results in the toilet, we are winning. Family, we done put all the victory receipts right there on the line. We done made it crystal clear. We done pointed to real things. We're not just talking about wins and we ain't got shit to point to. We're not talking about wins and it's some made up fantasy land shit. I just sat here and pointed out victory after victory after victory that you can clearly direct back to foundational black American black grassroots. Case in point, can't get more clear than that. Can't get more real than that. That's all on us. Oh, you know right here on the Black Alpha Network, we gonna single out and highlight every goddamn win we get. Oh yeah, we gonna pop our goddamn collar. We gonna dance in our goddamn victory. That's what we gonna do. I don't know about anybody else. But when you tap in with the Black Alpha Network certified BLACK, we gonna make this very excellent. Anytime we win, we gonna say that shit loud and we win it. So let's represent it. Let's rock it the right way. True story. I mean, you're dealing with a party that doesn't even address us by name. You're talking about a party that does not even address foundational black Americans by name. They call us every other thing in the book. How fucking disrespectful can you be? These motherfuckers is disrespectful. Ain't no love on this side. Ain't no love. We don't rock with them at all. This is about the black grassroots. And when we cancel them in the process, good, they deserve it. They owe us everything. We are the lineage that has kept them alive. We've won elections for them. When shit get real, they always run over here to us. But they've shown us nothing in return. They talk about our men and women separately, like we're not all in the same family. They don't do that with nobody else. They'll never sit there and split genders in a community. They'll never say this W woman, that W man. They'll never say that. When it come to us, they'll pit the man against the woman, the young against the old. They treat us like they own us. Fucks that. Remember, when it comes to the Democratic Party, saying you will not vote for them, that's the equivalent of saying that you will not pick cotton. That's how they view it. They still have the slave master mentality. That's why when you even fathom not voting for them, they get mad. Fuck them. They gonna be some mad motherfuckers then, because we gonna keep them on that game. Matter of fact, I got an example. Stacey Abrams was talking to Brian Kemp. They had a little debate, and the person asked them about black Americans, and he references black and African American multiple times. She refuses to say that. She immediately says people of color, minority, over and over again. Listen.
A lot of Georgians, including African Americans and other minorities, cannot go to work if their kids are not in the classroom. We have the lowest unemployment rate in the country for African Americans. We also were named we're in the top 10 of the states for black entrepreneurship in the state of Georgia. So our economy is incredible, and we will continue to work with all of those entrepreneurs in the days ahead and working class Georgians, because we are the ones that have been fighting for you when Miss Abrams was not. We were giving tax refunds. We were doing tax cuts. We were suspending the gas tax to help you deal with 40-year high inflation when she was criticizing us.
Stacey Abrams, 30-second rebuttal.
I would point out that Mr. Kemp did not address the needs of purchasing and contracts for black and brown-owned businesses, which is what he has refused to do for the last 16 years. We know that $10.9 billion has been delivered to the state of Georgia through 2 recent acts at the congressional level, and Brian Kemp does not have a plan for making certain that people of color have access to those contracts, access to purchasing. It was only in July of this year that he finally acknowledged that there might be a problem. He has said that we need to study it. I would tell him just cheat off of my paper. I know the answer. We need a governor who actually believes in equity, racial equity, economic equity in the state of Georgia, and I will deliver.
That's what we're talking about right there. She refused to use the word black. She always refuses to use the word black. Have you ever heard her use the word black before? Have you ever? I'm questioning anybody. Anybody that can answer that, please let me know. Find me a clip where she says the word black. She doesn't do it. The W Republican used the term black more than the black Democrat on that stage. Everything you need to know. Not just with her, but with the whole Democratic Party. She was following her Democratic Shield orders that came from the top that you were never supposed to mention black people specifically or exclusively. That way they can deny us everything and give it to all their tether minions. I mean, you talking about a party that only dances with you or feeds you food. They literally have fish fry. That's how they get voters. You've never seen the Democrats ever throw a cookout for any other group. When it comes to us, they said we're going to give them food instead of anything. I'm telling you, that's what it is. That's the Democrat who says that they the goods ones that say they got your back and they won't even call you by name. Case in point. Check this out. As we say that they're scared, as we say that they're shook, they're running around the Al Sharptons of the world and trying to tell us what our policies are, trying to tell us what we care about. They got some fake poll that they keep mentioning. I think this is the Morning Joe on MSNBC, which is basically a Democratic Shield news organization. And they got Mr. Al Sharpton, Mr. Snitch, been telling on folks since he was 5 years old, still telling on folks with his fucked up perm. He was on there and they kept trying to tell black folks what our main issues were. And they kept saying, black folks don't want this, they don't want that, they don't want tangibles, they don't want money. Black folks want to fight crime. That's the same shit that got the 94 crime bill written. The 94 crime bill was written because Democrats wanted to lock black folks up, and they went and got all their Democratic shields of the 90s, and they start pumping this thing that it was about crime. Now everybody knows foundational black Americans, we want tangibles, we want resources, and we want a fucking hate crime law. That's what we want. You want to talk about crime? We want a hate crime law that protects us. But instead, they're trying to force this bullshit on us that we want more police so they can come in our communities and lock us up. This is what I'm talking about. So they're mad right now. And anytime someone keeps referencing Twitter and they start saying woke, that's just basically them saying, damn, we don't have any more power. As a matter of fact, motherfuckers on Twitter got more clout than motherfuckers on the news. They think they doing something when they say folks on the internet. Yup, and folks on the internet is wrapping circles around your ass. Far more thorough. So you can walk around all day long and talk that old media shit and think that you pushing something, but you ain't going nowhere. So they're consistently trying to tell black folks that we're mostly concerned about crime. Black folks ain't out here on that. That is just another outlet so they can write a crime bill. That's what they do, family. First thing they do is they say black folks are so concerned with crime that we want more police. And then next thing you know, they send in the police, they write a new crime bill, and they splitting up the black family. That is literally to the T on how the 94 crime bill was written, and they're doing the same thing right now. Listen.
You've been saying all along that's not the case. You've been saying that when you go and talk to people, crime's at the top of their list of things that they're concerned about. And now there's a poll that you and I have been talking about that actually proves that black voters are concerned with crime and think there actually need to be, I know this will shock white woke people who live in Park Slope, but black voters actually want more police officers. Rev, explain.
I think that what is being misread is that there is a misreading of wanting criminal justice reform and police reform and in wanting proper policing. And as crime spikes in some areas, even more policing. We just elected a black policeman, the mayor of New York, and he had overwhelming black support. So I think that, again, the latte liberals are talking to the guy that gives them the syrup in their latte and not talking to the people that they claim they speak for. You need to speak to them. I can go in any church, and I preach in churches every Sunday, and people are saying, I'm concerned about crime in the neighborhood, my house being broken and carjacking. That is not racist. These are blacks talking about blacks. And it amazes me how we allow these people to get on platforms and talk for people that they never talk to. This poll said clearly that they are not for defunding the police. They are for using funds to train police, to reform policing.
Had a focus group of black voters in Philadelphia talking about how crime was a top issue for them. They were afraid, they said, to go to work. They were afraid, they said, to come home. And yet, we actually had people on Twitter and other activists saying that we were racist for showing a clip of black people saying they were scared of crime. Well, Reverend Al Sharpton is saying the same thing. Well, the polls were saying the same thing. What is this denialism?
And they kept referencing a poll. There's a poll, wouldn't tell you who. The poll says, what poll? Well, it said they want crime. Who said it? Where's the poll from? How many people did you poll? What state? What town? What county? The fuck out of here, man. Hey, if they gonna tell them lies, they gonna have to try harder than that, because we ain't going for it. No way, not at all. But hey, look, see how mad he's getting? He's getting mad. Why don't they understand? What's up with the denialism? I don't get it. He's upset because he remembers a time that they could say that shit and it would work. Now it ain't working. So he's having to fight the pushback that we're presenting. That's the beauty of being on code. That's the beauty of running shit. When you run shit, they can't get off these lies like they trying. Black folks ain't out here talking about fucking crime. Black folks want reparations. Black folks ain't out here saying, we so scared to go down the street. We just scared. That's 94 crime bill shit all over again. That's basically black on black crime. So they can sell you black on black crime, then they can sell you police, they can sell you race soldiers, then they can sell you mass incarceration. We know what you're trying to do. And I'm not surprised that Cop Oliver Harris and the guy who wrote the damn 94 crime bill, Jimmy Crow Joe, is in the White House. But guess what? That shit would have worked before. But that shit ain't working now, because the black grassroots is in the motherfucking building. I'm telling you, there's a lot of luxuries to being on code, and there's a lot of luxuries to having the black grassroots here. When the black grassroots is here, we save the day. None of that bullshit flies. And that's why we take pride in it, and that's why we all soldiers in this game. All of us. And family, y'all know the whole situation going on out there in California. And you got that mayor of LA who basically said, fuck all the black folks. She's gonna focus on the illegals. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Karen Bass. Okay. Well, guess who made a phone call to her and said, thank you, we love you so much. Yeah, Barack Obama. Listen.
Democrats here, Stacey Abrams,
Yep.
Raphael Warnock.
Yep.
But I wanted to make sure I took some time out to talk to you personally, just to say how proud I am of your campaign, and to just let you know that you were there early for me when I ran for president.
Always.
You've always been on the right side of the issues that we care so deeply about.
Thank you.
And I'm confident you're going to be an outstanding mayor of LA.
Oh,
So,
well, thank you so much.
But as you know, you got to run through the tape.
Exactly.
So you got a little more work to do.
Exactly.
But I'm really proud of you and grateful for your friendship. More importantly, grateful for the service you've rendered all these years and all the stuff you're going to do in the future.
Well, thank you so much. Your support means the world to me, and it means the world of Los Angeles. Thank you so much.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
So Barack Obama, Mr. I loves black folks, I'm the first black president, who ain't said a goddamn thing about all that racism going on in California, about the homelessness in California. But he making these phone calls. He ain't making the real phone calls. He ain't pulling no strings to help folks. He's making phone calls saying, you been so good, Democrat. Keep on doing what you do. We don't give a damn, basically. Because remember, he's not black, he's a Democrat. Roland Martin, he's not black, he's a Democrat. Vanessa Jones, she is not black, she is a Democrat. See what I did there? That's their race, that's their religion, and good. We don't want them any goddamn way. But we broke all that down thoroughly.
That's what you get when you get these Democratic shills. They have no type of allegiance. As I always said, and I'm sure the family's heard me say this before, the same way O.J. Simpson said he ain't black, he's O.J., these folks say they not black, they're Democrats. They genuinely believe that being a Democrat is their race. That's what separates this from everybody else. Our race has become so tied in to the Democratic Party. It has truly been this way because they made it this way. Every time a Democrat wins an election, it's seen as some type of, victory for our lineage. Every time they lose an election, it's seen as something bad for our lineage. Anybody who's old enough to remember, every time a Democrat wins, we walk around and we say, what, supremacy's over. Remember, they was just pulling that in 2020 when Joe Biden won. They were saying how racism and white supremacy went away. They did the same exact thing when Barack Obama won. They said white supremacy and racism went away. But when Donald Trump won, they said it was here now.
See what I'm talking about? They take our oppression and things that occur to us and all the pain and suffering that we've had to deal with, and they quickly and tightly associate that with the Democratic Party because these folks literally think that their lineage is Democrat. They don't go down and check foundational Black American. They don't check Freedmen. They check Democrat. If they had their way, they would pray to the Democratic Party. They probably do, to be honest with you. They pray to the Democratic Party because it's their religion. They'll check off Democratic Party because they think it's their lineage. And we all know that the Democratic Party is their plantation. So these are the type of people that we have to run out the paint. We got to get out of Dodge, and we cannot allow them to continue to push that forth to us. That's why they run around and say, your ancestor died for you. They don't say that for anybody else. Now, isn't it funny that all these other groups run around here and they say how oppressed they are, but nobody ever tells them that their ancestors died for them to vote for the Democrats? They say that they had it just as bad as we done had it, but they don't ever have that type of thinking. So it's funny when it comes to foundational Black Americans, they use slavery to get you to vote for the Democrats in the year 2020 plus. Think about that. The foundational Black American slave was exploited when they were alive and breathing, and they're still exploited today because they take the tangibles that the foundational Black American ancestors left for us and they give them to everybody except for us. And that is a democratic con game. Yes, indeed. That's exactly how it is. And that's why they get regulated. That's why they get G-checked. And that's why they get ran up off the block. We certify freedmen over here. Instead of giving you a law, they'd rather give you a symbol. Instead of giving you a policy, they'd rather give you a symbol. Instead of giving you any type of protections, they'd rather give you a symbol. They don't give a damn about their most loyal voter block. They would rather feed you crumbs for the rest of your life. Well, guess what? We gonna cancel their ass overnight. Sounds fair to me. Sounds good. Let's get it. Gone are the days of being passive, being submissive, being docile, and going for everybody else's agenda. We are focusing on ours. As my man say, the door is closed. This FBA, no trespassers. And we're going to do that politically. And politically, we have highlighted everything. That's why voters are not turning out right now. All those voters that you seeing that are disappearing, that's because of us. All those voters who are staying home is because of us. All those voters who are leaving the Democratic Party is because of us. Everybody who is seeing through every con, trick, and scam that they've said is because of us. We the ones who said what Joe Biden done did for us. Now you starting to see just regular people saying that shit. There was a lady on The View. She is a Democrat. And she was on there saying Joe Biden ain't done nothing. Matter of fact, hold up, you know how we do. Shit, cameras was rolling. Listen.
Go to a restaurant and they tout the best thing on the menu, and then all of a sudden when you order it, they say, oh, that's sold out. Like, that's what Biden is doing for a lot of people, especially Black people, who he got 90% of them to vote for him, but hasn't passed the George Floyd Policing Act. He's taking the... You think Biden did it? No, Biden can use his executive order. He can use different powers. And that's the same thing with this abortion issue, because he can do anything like end the filibuster. But why doesn't Biden want to end the filibuster in order to push this through? Because Biden knows that the filibuster has been used by Democrats 300 times over the last 6 years. Biden knows that Chuck Schumer is one of the people who used the filibuster the most. And so Biden doesn't want to look crazy and lose his election seat and know that he's in the midterms and not really having anything to run on. So Biden a lot of people can end the filibuster by himself? Yeah, he can sign an executive order to end the filibuster. He actually can. Yeah.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that, right? And if you look, Whoopi Goldberg, Sonny Hostin, they face was just lost. I'm telling you, look in their face, family. And you can see the ladies on the panel. They was shook like a motherfucker. Their whole demeanor, their energy changed, their faces changed. They thought they was just gonna say them same Democratic lies, and that lady was shutting it down. They was like, well, what about the filibuster? She said he can make an executive order. They said, oh. They was like, what about the Republicans? She said he could still make an executive order. They was like, oh. She said he has made a lot of executive orders. They said, oh. They got quiet as fuck and just said, oh, because their lies weren't working. Y'all know we're very energetic people. We're all about vibrations. I like good people. I like energy. I read frequency. Sometimes you will see a frequency and you'll feel a vibe before you even come across somebody. You feel me? We're very, very vibrational folks. I read the vibe, and the vibe right now in the Democrats is all fucked up. It's a mess. They so goddamn raggedy. Barack Obama's in there sweating. Roland Martin got goddamn chicken grease pouring out his pores. He looked like he about to fucking faint on national television. Whoopi Goldberg is sliding in her chair. Half these motherfuckers ain't even showed up. When was the last time y'all seen Vanessa Jones? When was the last time y'all seen Broken Buck Kari Sellers, Angela Rye, Donna Brazile, any Democratic shield? They slowly fading away. They slowly fading away because not only are they afraid of the Black grassroots, they're also afraid that they're gonna get that phone call to come to Zaddy's principal's office and they about to get that coon pink slip They about to be in the homeless line. They're gonna be racially homeless in this motherfucker. Nowhere to go. The dominant society don't accept them. Foundational Black America don't accept them. They better go get used to that goddamn dumpster right there, because that's about to be their place of residence. Put an address on it. They went from their 1-900 coon phone ringing to 1515 racially homeless boulevard. Stuck like Chuck. Ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out, and they can thank the Black grassroots. And I'm happy. I'm telling y'all right now, I love this shit. I love it because we called it over here on this side. I love getting victories. I love my family tree. I love my lineage. You're not gonna fuck with my lineage. You're not gonna play with us without catching that goddamn work. And we've been giving motherfuckers that work. We ain't gotta run around here and say, what's we goins to do? We ain't gotta run around here and say, man, ain't nothing working out. Everything is working out. Live in your victory, family. Live in your victory. And that is what we are doing. Our lineage is sitting here showing the world that you're not gonna take shit from us. Our lineage is sitting here showing the world you're not gonna benign neglect us for 60, 70 years. Because trust me, family, if we don't stop the benign neglect now, if we don't stop this political strife and anti-Black targeting from the political world now, it'll never go away. It'll never go away. That is the difference of this era. We're in an era now where if you don't stop it, it'll never stop. The PONR, that's called the point of no return. See, that's what's different between the other eras. The other eras, they had a couple years left. They can make a mistake here, they can make a mistake here, they can get up and dust off and try again tomorrow. We don't have a tomorrow. We either stop this shit now or we're going to be under immigration to the point where we can't get up. We either stop this shit now or we're going to be overran by terrorists. We either stop this shit now or somebody else is going to be running around with our culture saying they built this country, they created hip hop, they created jazz, they created rock and roll. Martin Luther King wasn't really black. Michael Jackson wasn't really black. Tupac wasn't really black. They was all from somewhere else. Whatever the fuck they come up with. And mind you, they'll come up with something. If we don't stop that shit now, it'll never go away. And the number one thing that we have to stop is the Democratic plantation. The Democratic plantation has made Black folks complicit in their own replacement. Let me say that one more time. The Democratic plantation has made Black folks complicit in their own replacement. You're voting 90% for a group that is going to replace you by 100%, and you don't even know it. There's not one thing that I just named that isn't a policy of the Democratic Party. The replacement of us through immigration is a Democratic Party policy. The aborting of our children is a Democratic Party policy. Making us the permanent underclass is a policy of the Democratic Party. So when I say that we winning right now because we are putting a stop to all that right now, then that's exactly what the fuck it is. Because that's exactly what the fuck we're doing. We've been making our demands and we've been taking command. And when you take commands, that's a boss move. Ain't nothing more boss-like than making a command, calling your shot, making it happen. And we all about that action right now, and we starting to see the results real time. Now let me double on back to Obama. So Obama comes out there, because remind you, Obama still thinks this is 2008. Okay, Zaddy told me it's 2008. You can go out there and say what you want to say to them Black folks. They're going to eat it up because all of them are coming to grips that they're losing right now. You got three types of them, okay? You got the Democrat, you got the politician who still kind of thinks they have a chance and they're still trying to like use old school shit and thinks that maybe it'll work. Then you got the other one who's trying to throw shit against the wall and just hoping the shit sticks. Very, very desperate. And then you got the other one who's starting to feel the heat. They starting to feel the pressure. They starting to panic and catch attitudes. They snapping at everybody. That's what you're starting to see. You're going to see one of those three in every single Democrat politician in America. And those are the signs that the takeover is happening. And the takeover is happening. And it's a Black grassroots takeover. So Obama goes out there thinking that it is 2008. And he started talking about your cousin Pookie.
Then after you've got your plan and you voted, you've got to help your friends and your family to make a plan to vote. Because I'm assuming if you are here, you are likely to vote. But cousin Pookie, I like Pookie. But sometimes he forgets stuff. So you got to get on him a little bit.
Fam. Did the man pull out Pookie? Did he pull out cousin Pookie? Did he really do that? Did he really think folks was gonna jump up and down and cheer for that shit? Like he went and sang Amazing Grace after Black folks was bumped off in the church and they was okay with him singing the song instead of writing laws? Did he think shit was that sweet that he could come out and say some shit like Pookie that's insulting and degrading and think folks was gonna cheer about that? Fam. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The more they stay the same, the more we stay on game. And y'all notice the crowd wasn't even cheering for that shit. They was cringing. They was like, you went there? Damn, they was knowing what we're knowing right now, is that this ain't 2008. And you can see Obama was like, so he tried to go on to the next statement. That shit ain't working. As a matter of fact, we demand an apology. Don't come up in here talking about no motherfucking Pookie. And to be honest, family, I don't know nobody named Pookie. I've never met a Pookie in my life. And you wouldn't talk to no other group like that, so don't come talking to my group like that. That's what you're dealing with when you're dealing with a guy who's not an FBA anyway. That is your typical African American, literally. And no longer do we have people coming to our community that try to cosplay being an FBA like he was doing for years. And now we run that shit clean off the block. Barack Obama was the flat blackness president. That's what he was. He was the flat blackness president where everybody's the same. He is not the same as us. You could tell by the way he talks, by the way he speaks, the way he wags his finger and tries to lecture black folks. This man went to Harvard and was lecturing Harvard students. Remember when he was like, get over it. No one cares if you came from a bad neighborhood. All that bullshit. Then he hit you with the racism's gotten better. This guy was put up as some type of like beacon of hope, some type of racial expertise. He ain't no motherfucking expertise. Only thing Barack Obama is an expertise at is tap dancing for massa. Outside of that, he don't know a motherfucking thing. Point blank period. So this is why we have clean house, and this is why we have made it lineage based. And in this lineage based world, motherfuckers like Barack Obama don't do a goddamn thing. Not at all. We are the only block of voters that motherfuckers talk down to. They don't talk down to nobody else. They don't wag their finger at nobody else. You got motherfucking Democratic shields that only cuss at black folks. Will never cuss, will never even raise their tone at somebody else. But they come around us and they want to talk tough. You ain't tough. You better fall all the way back. And guess what? We've noticed that. We've enlightened the people, and the black grassroots has taken over, and now we spread the word. And that's why you got Democratic voters, you got older black folks saying, you know what? The black grassroots is right. Fuck the Democrats. I ain't voting. Haha, mission accomplished. We winning, y'all. Hey, we taking they voters away. They voters is leaving their side and coming on over to our side. You know we in the building. Let me let Barack Obama know something, okay? Let me let Obama know. That shit may have worked in front of the boule. That shit may have worked in front of Democratic shields. That shit may worked in front of your church and your pastor and your reverend and your deacon and your Sunday service. All that singing and out green shit and talking about Pookie. That shit may work in front of your supremacist Zaddy, your Zaddy and friends. That shit don't work when it comes to certified black society. You're not gonna pull up talking about no motherfucking Pookie and your cousin Pookie who just can't get it together. Translation, fam, what he's basically saying is that y'all black folks is ignorant. And y'all some hood, ghetto ass black folks who don't understand politics, so let him teach you. If you let motherfuckers talk long enough, they'll expose themselves. And trust and believe, cousin Pookie, that ain't just something Barack Obama says on the campaign trail. No. That's what Barack Obama's saying when he's behind closed doors with all his W counterparts. When they drinking Chardonnay and champagne and making toast to each other. When he gets to live the life that he really wants to live. Because mind you, him and Kamala Harris just put on the black mask when it comes time to get votes. Then they take that motherfucker off, they go backstage, get around a bunch of their W's and start saying shit like Pookie. Only difference is he'll try to jokify it when he's talking on the campaign trail. When he's behind the podium, he'll make little jokes and do his little chuckle. But when he's backstage, he's saying these fucking Pookies, fucking Pookie ain't gonna do shit. We need to get Pookie ass to stop the baby mama drama and go vote. And to pick up his pants and pay child support. And quit listening to all that hibbity bebop. Because Barack Obama is exactly who his grandfather was. Barack Obama's an old W man. That's who he is. He's not a brother. He's not a foundational black American. He ain't no goddamn certified. We all know that shit, and we've been saying that shit for a long time. So to bring this shit all back to the center is that black folks used to fall for Barack Obama's dances. They used to fall for the little Pookie Loke jokes. That shit was real cute and real sweet to motherfuckers back then. You show up talking that shit today, you getting your ass regulated in G-check, and folks been dragging his ass. Matter of fact, the term Pookie was trending on social media. And it wasn't a bunch of folks saying, yeah, man, that's true about Pookie. No, that was a bunch of certified saying, don't you ever say no stupid shit like that to us. Because you ain't gonna go in front of them other groups and start talking about Speedy Gonzalez needs to go vote. Or Jethro the farmer needs to get out his trailer and go vote. You'll never say no shit like that to us. And that's the shit that used to work back in the day that don't work no more. And folks was regulating that shit. And that's exactly why the folks that he came down here to help, he ain't helped them. And that's why Barack Obama's on that podium yelling and screaming, because his old tired out, dried up ass routine ain't working. And it's exactly that, tired and dried the fuck out. This is a new time. When you step up in this place today, I'm talking about right now. I ain't talking about 15, 20, 25, 30 years ago. I'm talking about today, right now, going forward. When you step up in here, you stepping in the house that certified American Freedmen built. And we own that motherfucker. Oh yeah. Ain't no longer the days where you gonna tell us who our friends are. Ain't gonna be no more, man, y'all didn't build America now, it was them over there. Nah, fuck that, There's only one truth, and we are the truth. And we gonna be represented in the proper way, and you will show some motherfucking respect. So ain't no motherfucking pookies up in here, but I tell you who is. It's some real B1s and it's some real certifieds. And we gonna be the main ones while your party crumble and while your ass gonna be racially homeless with the rest of their ass. In the end, it's gonna be Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and Jim Crow Joe Biden all stuck on the Democratic plantation with nowhere to go because FBA done put them out of business. Facts. Oh, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. Before we shut them all the way down. Everybody's listening to us and our talking points are the main ones. You tell me what talking points has the old black media or the black mainstream put forth that's new, that people recite, that people mimic? None. They're still saying black and brown and minority. Those are old, outdated terms that are done. We're saying things like tangibles, reparations, cut the check. These are things that everybody's saying. We're putting out new content and new material that everybody is gravitating towards. They're putting out a bunch of shit that everybody's rejected. You got the new black media creating new, fresh content that everybody relates to. And then you got the old black media, the old politicians out here saying a bunch of shit that nobody cares about. I'm telling y'all, family, we are the influencers. And when you can influence, that means you're in control. They used to always influence because they had a monopoly. We have broke that monopoly. That's another victory that we've had. How do you know that we have broke their monopoly? It's because things they say don't move an inch. Things we say go all around the world. Why do you think everybody across the planet now is talking about reparations? That starts with this lineage right here in America. Look, this lineage, foundational black American freedmen, we have created terminologies that's being adopted by the earth and it's all being operated on at the highest levels of society. You got people all throughout the diaspora talking about reparations. You got folks way on the other side of the continent talking about reparations. That's all because of us. Wasn't nobody talking about reparations until foundational black Americans started bringing it up. I question if they even know what that word meant. I question if they even know how to spell it. I got folks right now I know personally that know more about reparations than half this goddamn planet Earth. That comes from foundational black Americans. We are affecting everything. I said before, when you are changing the United States government, that means you are changing the whole fucking planet. Everything starts up here and it trickles down. And everything that's going on up here is based upon us, based on our terminologies, based on our policies, based on our tangibles, based on our movements. And that is what's popping. Reparations is a foundational black American thing. Yes, indeed. Now, everybody may want to show up and try to get ends on it, but everybody understands they only talking about that shit because we talking about it. Same way they only dress the way they dress is because we dress that way. The same way they only speak what they speak is because of us. We are the influencers. So don't come around here talking about Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, or any of that shit. The first black. Look at that term. We done took that term and turned it away. First black used to always get some shit done for them. They'd pull out the first black all the time. Now we say we not impressed. Ain't nobody impressed with the first black. They didn't try to hit us with Ketanji Brown Jackson. That shit ain't work. The other White House secretary chick, that shit ain't work. They done hit us with 2 first blacks in the last year, and black folks ain't fucking with that. That's another thing that we have deleted. We have deleted anything that doesn't serve us exclusively and specifically, and that's what they can't understand. We done got to the specifics now. Yeah, that vague shit that they used to try to put on us, oh, that's gone. Barack Obama doesn't. Barack Obama will go out there right now and he'll use terms like we and us and everybody, disenfranchised. But you know goddamn well, he ain't talking about foundational black Americans. That's something else that we've called out. Matter of fact, listen.
So if you're scared, don't put your head under the covers. If you're anxious, don't put your head in the sand. If you're frustrated right now, don't complain, don't tune out. Don't get bamboozled and fall for the okey doke that nothing that you say matters. I need you to get off your couch and vote. Put down your phone and give TikTok a rest and vote. Vote for this whole incredible Georgia Democratic ticket. Then help your friends and family members, your neighbors and your co-workers do the same. Because enough of us, if enough of us make our voices heard, I promise you, things will get better.
You see? So when he says us, he's not talking about FBA. When he says we, he ain't talking about FBA. When he talk about everybody, he ain't talking about FBA. Nope, He's talking about the whole collective. AKA, we can take what belongs to freedmen and give them to someone else. We have got rid of that. I'm telling you, that trick bag is real motherfucking empty right now. There ain't nothing in it. They reaching for them tricks and they can't do it. The tricks ain't working with Obama. It ain't working with Kamala Harris. It ain't working for Raphael Warnock. It ain't working for Stacey Abrams. It ain't working for the Democrats. It ain't working for anybody that ain't serving foundational Black Americans specifically and exclusively. Nobody else. Nobody else. We're going to do the same thing that everyone else has done. And you can thank the Black grassroots for that. We are the ones who have highlighted the very fact that they'll say everybody can get what we have. We got to share with everybody, but nobody has to share with us. That's why them older voters are walking around here questioning their loyalty to the Democratic Party. They're running around here saying, yeah, what about reparations? That's because of us. They're running around here saying, yeah, what about tangibles? That's because of us. Words, terminologies, and just a thought process that they didn't even fathom 5 years ago. Now they're thinking about it, and now they're actually pushing forth to it. When you start to see a lot of our talking points and our narratives, it is being adopted by everyone. Trust me, you don't have folks on the other side of the earth talking about reparations, but you don't have old heads right here in America wondering about reparations now. You don't have old folks right here in America wondering about tangibles. The Democratic Party is looking real funny in the light, and we have affected a lot of their loyal voters. A lot of their loyal voters are hopping the fuck off that plantation because the Black grassroots have showed them another way. We're going around telling folks, hey, you do know that you can get tangibles specifically for us, right? You do know that the Democratic Party practices benign neglect on us, right? You do know that we don't have to share with everybody else. You do know that the Democratic Party serves everybody except for their most loyal voter bloc, which is yourself. And them old folks are saying, you know what, brother? You damn right. You damn right. That damn Jim Crow Joe ain't shit. Y'all remember that old sister who called Jim Crow Joe a gooseneck bastard? That was an older lady. Salute to the queen. Much respect. That wouldn't have went on a couple years ago, y'all. That wouldn't have went on a couple years ago. Yes, our reach is very, very wide. That's folks who are older all the way down to the young folks and everybody in between. This is the influence that we have. This is why they scared. That's why we in control. That's why we winning. That's why it's our motherfucking time. Basically what it is foundational Black Americans come up with a policy, Democrats run, we walk their ass down. Foundational Black Americans come up with legislation, the Democrats run, we walk their ass down. Foundational Black Americans come up with tangibles, Democrats run, and we walk their ass down. Everybody is being forced to have to deal with us. They're being forced to have to answer our questions no matter what they do. Raphael Warnock, he can come out here and he can talk to all these other groups. There's going to be an FBA somewhere that's going to pop up and say, hey, what about reparations? And your ass on camera too, so you better answer it correct. That little shit where they could just lie to us and say, I didn't say that. What do you mean? Nope, cameras is rolling. Black folks is pulling up on these motherfuckers with cameras and saying, hey, how do you feel about foundational Black Americans getting reparations? Cameras is rolling, answer it. How you feel about foundational Black Americans getting tangibles? What are you going to do for us specifically? And they don't know what to do. I'm telling y'all, it's about frequency. Read the vibe, family. Read the vibe. I told you, we are vibrational people. Look at their face and it tells a whole story. Look at the Democrats. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to answer questions. They don't know how to give speeches. They don't know how to speak to foundationals. They are out of place. They like a fish out of water because they're so used to going to that same voter block over and over and over with the same lie over and over and over. And not only is the Black grassroots ushering a bunch of new people, the Black grassroots have taken away a bunch of their old people. You feel me? Now what they gonna do when they don't have that old voter block to rely on? What they gonna do when the new voter block ain't fucking with them? And what they gonna do when everybody in between is certified? I'll tell you what they're gonna do. They're gonna start losing elections. They're gonna start getting desperate. And they're gonna start packing their shit because their party's gonna crumble all the way to the fucking ground. And we are responsible for that. Foundational Black American political power comes different. Foundational Black American political power looks different than everybody else's because we are different than everybody else. We stand alone, but we stand strong. Unmatched, unbreakable, untouched. If we ain't comfortable, ain't nobody comfortable. Boss moves. And that's what we've been making. There's not been one thing that we've said that we haven't went out and made. There hasn't been one thing that we said that we was gonna do that we haven't done. We are out here literally brainstorming, coming up with new things, coming up with new ideas, new approaches. Everything is fresh. Our mentality is strong. And then we're going out and just doing this shit. We just getting up, going out and doing it. There ain't no guessing, there ain't no wondering. We're not sitting here stalling, talking about the shit for 200 years. There's no paralysis through analysis. Nah, fuck no, Nope, we said, hey, you wanna go get the bag? Let's go get the bag. We wanna chase these motherfucking reparations? Let's go get it. We got the football right now. We on the goal line. Let's score the motherfucking touchdown. We got the basketball, 2 seconds left. Let's drain the shot. It's pretty simple. The most beautiful thing in life is when you can get done what you want to get done just by being you. When you can accomplish all your goals just by being yourself, that is a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful thing, and it's something that you should commend yourself for, and it's something that you should definitely celebrate. And that's why right here on the Black Alpha Network, y'all know we gonna celebrate. We gonna celebrate all goddamn day because we deserve it. When you're out here having this type of effect, when you're out here having this type of power, when you're out here dealing with everything that we deal with and got so many fucking things thrown at us, literally, family, remember, we built this country through oppression, right? We didn't build this country because of oppression. We built this country through oppression. They were oppressing us, and in our meantime, we created America. Right now, we are creating this reparations movement. We are creating tangibles. We are creating political power. While everybody hates on us, why everybody has spite, why everybody has vitriol, why motherfuckers on the other side of the planet are hopping in planes coming over here and disrespecting us. And we dealing with motherfuckers all one at a time. And you got 50, 75, 100 different groups who got issues with foundational Black Americans, and we still getting shit done. You want to talk about strength? You want to talk about power? You want to talk about some motherfucking bosses? You got to start with Freedmen. It feels good being number one. It feels good to influence the world, and that's what we're doing. And when you start to influence the world and you start doing things that are very direct, people are going to hate you indirectly. Remember, a lot of folks is going to come at you with hatred in the form of jealousy, and they're going to come at you with jealousy in the form of hatred. Because people understand they can never come through that front door with us. They can never directly talk to us. They don't never want to do that. They got to be real tricky, real sneaky with anything that they try to apply to us. So we're starting to see that as well. Every element, fam, we are operating at the highest degree, at the maximum level. There's not one portion of foundational Black American society where we are not on game. This is being codified. People used to wonder what it was like when we got on code. Well, we living it. It's like a fucking dream come true, and we're doing it. Understand, you got Black folks getting it done in the business world. Yes. You got Black folks getting it done in the political world. Yes. You got Black folks getting it done in the warrior class. Yes. Nobody's running up on us. Those videos where folks harming us have went down, 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 and down. That's something nobody's talking about. Let me talk about that. Let me speak on that, family. The videos where folks is running up on us, assaulting us in the streets, calling us all types of names, putting their hands on us, have them videos went up or went down over the last 5 years? Them motherfuckers done went down because we on code and we codified. We getting all of our self-defense game up and we strong out here. Yes, you ain't seen the videos. When was the last time there was one of them where they did some more funny style shit to us? Very rarely. It slowly goes down. And even when it does happen, we put pressure on motherfuckers by simply letting folks know that there will be consequences and repercussions. By simply letting motherfuckers know, oh, that we here to stay and we playing for big stakes. As I said, this is a high stakes game of chess. High stakes game. They can play whatever the fuck they want to play. We out here doing it in the most thorough fashion. So you see the change happening, you see the strength happening, and that's only based upon us having power and making boss moves. There've been a lot of folks running around here confused on what they believe power is, what they trying to come up with, they trying to reach. You gotta be real careful with certain people. Y'all been seeing it. A lot of folks like, no, that's a chess move. It is a diabolical conspiracy. What they're going to do is take this, spin it around, twist it, and then he's really going to infiltrate the system from the outside. We can't see it today, and I don't really know what he's trying to do. I just know he's going to make it happen. I believes in him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Speaking of that, since we already here, let me talk about Kanye West real quick, okay? Let me talk about Kanye. I ain't really touched on the Kanye West situation, you feel me? But I'm gonna touch on it real quick, and I'm gonna let everybody know what the really real is with that situation. First off, when Kanye West comes out here and he starts talking all that reckless shit about foundational Black Americans, we have to understand, Kanye West has been compromised a long motherfucking time ago. A long time ago. And when Kanye West comes out here and he says what he says about other people, that's not Kanye West talking to us. See, a lot of Black folks think that his statements are meant to be pro-Black. It's some type of pro-Blackness where he's trying to say what he says for us. No, it isn't. That's Kanye West speaking to the dominant society saying, why can't I have full access? Kanye has been wanting to have full access to the dominant society. He's sitting there saying, I got $1 billion. What, my money ain't good? I got me a W woman. What, my wife ain't good? I got me a bunch of mixed kids. What, my kids ain't good? Kanye has done everything to make himself a W on paper. Okay, he understands that he's never gonna be a W, so he tried to create this life on paper, and he's really upset that that shit ain't allowing him full access. He's upset that no matter what he does, he's still gonna be beneath the lowest of the low from the dominant society. It's the same thing Barack Obama had to deal with. Barack Obama was the president of the United States, and you had folks in the city council that was checking his ass. He had about the power of a principal at a middle school, and he was the president. Kanye saying that with his billions of dollars, he means nothing more than a W who works at Walmart. And he can't stand that. So he thought he was gonna go on a tangent and start calling out other groups. Not because he's pro-black and there's some conspiracy to infiltrate the community, to bring it on back home to us. Man, he wasn't even thinking about us. He's basically saying, I've done it all, why can't I get full access? Remember, Kanye been doing this shit for years. Kanye used to talk about getting in the fashion industry in Paris. He be saying, I've got these great ideas. Why won't they let me in Louis Vuitton and all this shit that the average certified black ain't talking about? Kanye been on that. He's been throwing temper tantrums anytime W's close that door and say us only. He can't stand that shit. He's the type of guy who can't just take that. A lot of times when you start dealing with these Sambos, they want full access and they just can't take it. Barack Obama, he can't get his access and he just shuts up. He's okay being the president and still getting checked by the woman who works at the Dollar General. Obama's cool with that as long as he could be next to the woman at the Dollar General. Kanye, he ain't that kind of guy. Kanye's gonna throw a temper tantrum when the W won't let him in, okay? He'll get real mad at daddy. It's kind of like a parent telling their kid they can't stay up late, and then they get mad and start yelling at their parents. Kanye's yelling at his zaddy right now, okay? It ain't got nothing to do with black folk. It ain't got nothing to do with power, freedom, or justice. He's upset that he got a damn sign on his door that says you can't come in, and he don't know how to take it. Same way when he got a divorce for Kim Kardashian and she showed up with her new W boyfriend, who she really wanted the whole time. He starts spazzing out then, writing all types of crazy ass messages on Instagram like a scorned lover. When he couldn't get in the fashion industry, he started going on tangents then. Kanye has a track record of always getting upset when he's not allowed to be white. All right, that's just what Kanye does. That is his MO. I don't know why black folks still thinking this man is on some pro-black shit. He's down for the cause. Kanye is not down for the cause. Only cause he's down for is tap dancing. That is it. He left Southside Chicago a long motherfucking time ago. All right, he wanted to go to Paris. He wanted to be a NIGG in Paris. That's what he wanted to be. And he was doing a whole lot of trolling on black folks, hanging out with Candace Owens. See, that's the real Kanye. The White Lives Matter Kanye. The one who said this about George Floyd.
I watched the George Floyd documentary that Candace Owens put up. One of the things that his two roommates said was, they want a tall guy like me. They want a tall guy like me. And the day when he died, he said a prayer for, 8 minutes. He said a prayer for 8 minutes. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. When he said mama is his girlfriend. They said he screamed for his mama. Mama was his girlfriend. It's in the documentary.
That's the real Kanye. It ain't that deep and that complex. Quit letting folks get all deep with it whenever they put on their little capes and start trying to cape for folks. It ain't no elaborate plot, no elaborate scheme. It isn't trying to twist the game, and Kanye's up to something so deep we just can't wrap our minds around it. See, a lot of folks like to use this term chess move whenever they're trying to make excuses for cooning. That's the new thing nowadays. Do some cooning and call it a chess move. That's a sneaky little way where folks can get away with their cooning because they can hide behind that word and be like, no, that's not cooning. I know it looks like cooning, but it's really a chess move. See, they wouldn't have to call it a chess move if it was really a chess move. You understand a chess move when you see it. It's very clear, it's very deliberate, and intelligent people can understand it. When you start seeing some shit that looks like cooning, it's cooning, all right? When it's motherfucker samboing, it's samboing. When the motherfucker counterfeiting, they're counterfeiting. It's clear as day. You ain't got to hide behind it. When the motherfucker says that George Floyd really did not pass away because the knee on his neck, it was fentanyl, that's cooning. There ain't no chess move. When the motherfucker got on a White Lives Matter shirt and he's hanging out with Candace Owens and they purposely take that picture with their backs to the camera so you can read all in between the lines, that ain't chess move, that's cooning. Let's just keep it what it is. Take the capes off, stop reaching, quit trying to make excuses for your favorite entertainer, your favorite singer, dancer, whatever the fuck. That entertainer shit ain't flowing. You know, this is always with entertainers too. It's always with entertainers. They'll never say that with just a regular person because they don't have that obsession and fetish with a regular person. It's whenever it's their favorite entertainer. You like one motherfucking song and then you start making excuses. Y'all remember when they did that shit with Jay-Z? Y'all remember that? Man, he made a chess move. Remember that shit? All the motherfuckers who said Jay-Z made a chess move with the NFL were wrong and they all disappeared. You ain't seen them since. They all went into hiding. That was no chess move. All that shit did was put money in Roc Nation's pockets, and all the real ones knew it. And motherfuckers was trying to argue with us all day then, the same way they're trying to argue with us all day now about Kanye. I got another one, family. Y'all remember when they tried to say that Meghan Markle was a chess move? You know these motherfuckers had on 3 capes. With a costume on, with their favorite superhero mask on, they went way out the line. Black folks was really running around here saying that Meghan Markle only was marrying dudes so she can infiltrate the kingdom and then she could change the bloodlines back to being black. Motherfuckers was really saying that shit. And y'all notice they can never justify it or explain the chess move that they refer to? They'll say it's a chess move, but then you say, what chess move? They'll be like, it just is. You say, why? You're just doing it because. Because why? Well, I don't know why, I just think it is. They'll never give you any detail on what they're saying. So basically, they just blurting out chess move because they're making excuses. That's what typically happens when somebody is a caper. When a motherfucker starts coon caping, only thing they do is they'll just start throwing out shit so they can make excuses so they can buy some time. That's one of their major things they do nowadays. They said the same thing with Obama. When Obama would say all that goofy shit, motherfuckers were like, man, he ain't mean that. That's just a plan so he could bring blackness back to the mainstream America and change the White House. It's always a motherfucking excuse. So now we don't do the chess move shit. We do boss moves. We ain't gotta reach for nothing. We just take it. So all that chess move shit is bullshit. And Kanye, he's learning. A lot of folks saying he did this so he can make this, and this happen. Now Kanye has lost his base. They say his base still gonna rock with him. Who's his base? Because notice, nobody's came out for Kanye. All those folks that he was caping with, all that W Lives Matter shit that he was talking, has any of those W Lives Matter folks came and stuck up for him? Has any of those Blue Lives Matter folks stuck up for him? Kanye tried to come back to our community like they always do. They always sell us out, throw us under the bus, and then when they get in trouble by the dominant society, they want us to come and cape for him. But Kanye is such a wacky, strange weirdo that he'll come back around and say, yeah, man, you know, I'm sticking up for our community and now I understand.
And I question the death of George Floyd. It hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to hurting them because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now. So I thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt. Because how could the richest black man ever be humbled other than to be made to not be a billionaire in front of everyone off of one comment that actually, if you look at the definition of DEFCON, it means to get extra defense, which obviously I must have needed.
Yeah. He said, because he is getting canceled right now, that he understands what George Floyd went through because he's got something on his neck. So he's comparing being canceled by the dominant society to George Floyd actually being harmed. Oh, and he had more excuses. Oh yeah, he kept piling it on. He's all over the fucking place. Listen to this.
Do you believe that black-owned media will be the solution of celebrities being outcast for not going with the group?
You know, I believe at this point we're all one race. We're the human race. At this point, it's going to take us all coming together under God and helping each other. You know.
Do you think it's better if we lift each other up though instead of negative comments? You think that's a better move?
He's got to call it out first. He's got to call out the negativity, and then we got to heal it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just we got to get the truth before we can get the love, or else we're just loving the lies.
Love is God, bro. What have you got to say to people that are trying to cancel you?
You can't cancel him. I'm here. What are we talking about? We're here. We ain't going nowhere, baby.
Now you notice how he threw "we're all the human race" in there? He's not letting Zaddy go, y'all. He's not letting Zaddy go. Zaddy could pull out that goddamn belt and he's cool. He's cool with not being a billionaire no more because he feels if he's next to the dominant society, he's a rich man. These people view the dominant society as currency. That's what they view it as. We view currency as paper, dollar bill, green, money. They don't view money as money. They view W's as money. That man can lose all the fucking money in the world. He'd still be smiling if one W said he's got access. So he's still saying a bunch of bullshit. And that's expected. We're all the human race. Man, boy, these fools will never change. Hey, while they were sitting here trying to make it look like Kanye and Jay-Z was doing all these chess moves, they wasn't making no chess moves. They was throwing temper tantrums and they was trying to hustle folks. They weren't doing what Michael Jackson was doing. As a matter of fact, let me see, I got that clip right here. Yeah, I got it. Y'all remember when Michael Jackson came out? He started calling out shit. He started speaking on shit. What Michael Jackson said? Michael Jackson said, you ain't got to tell me I'm black. All I got to do is go look in the mirror. He wasn't talking about no W Lives Matter. He wasn't running around here talking about we are the human race. He wasn't running around here saying, we all people and we need to heal. Fuck no. Mike put it down straight up. Listen.
I'm tired. I'm really, really tired of the manipulation. I'm tired of how the press is manipulating everything that's been happening in this situation. They do not tell the truth. They're liars. The history books are lying. You need to know that. You must know that. All the forms of popular music, from jazz to hip hop to bebop to soul, you talk about the different dances, from the cakewalk to the jitterbug to the Charleston to break dancing. All these are forms of black dancing. The minute I started breaking the all-time record in record sales, I broke Elvis's records. I broke Beatles' records. The minute it became the all-time best-selling albums in history in the Guinness Book of World Records, overnight, they called me a freak. They called me a homosexual. They called me a child molester. They said I tried to bleach my skin. They made everything to turn the public against me. This was all complete conspiracy. You have to know that. I know my race. I just look in the mirror. I know I'm black.
Big difference. Big difference. Salute MJ, the king of music. Point blank. Kanye is a weird ass motherfucker. I'm telling you. Kanye don't know nothing. This is what happens when the dominant society gets in your brain. It twists you up and spins you around. I got love for Kanye and I want to see our brother doing strong. But I'll tell you what I will not do. I will not stand up for somebody who throws the community under the bus. Too many times do we let somebody throw dirt on our name, throw us under the bus, and then when they get harmed by the dominant society, we come swinging in to help them. Man, fuck that. That sets the precedence that you can go off code. And if a motherfucker can go off code and you still give them the benefits of being on code, then you ain't got no code. The code is to be enforced. We are all enforcers. Don't let nobody come to you, fam, and tell you, that's me now. You need to look out for your brother. Look out for your sister. You look out for your brothers and sisters who are on code. You look out for your brothers and sisters who are learning, who are still trying to get the game. You do not look out for your brothers and sisters who are deliberately trolling your ass, who got upset because they threw a fucking temper tantrum and now shit done came down on their ass, so they run back to us. We cannot do that. Every other community on the planet has a zero tolerance policy. You think you're gonna say something about the dominant society and then the dominant society is gonna come back and help you? Hell to the no. Motherfuckers get on us. Let somebody from the dominant society come and assist black folks and see how much help they get. Let somebody from the brown community come and assist black folks and see how much help they get. Ain't nobody tolerating somebody throwing their community under the bus and then they still gonna give them a helping hand. That's called enforcing their code. And we gotta enforce our code the same way, if not more, because we got more haters out here. So Kanye, hey, you on your own, family. You wanted to be with MAGA. You wanted to be with that W woman, Kim Kardashian. You wanted to be with W Lives Matter. You wanted to hang out with Candace Owens. You wanted to be a NIGGA in Paris. You wanted to say that George Floyd, just passed away because he's a drug addict. You want to say all that type of shit and you knew what the fuck he was doing. Well, go ahead, hold your own nuts. Much respect, family, but it's just much respect from over here. And let me say this as well. Fuck all the people talking about chess moves and none of that. Nah. Them is coon moves. But let me say this. Just because somebody says something that is correct, and it was, just because somebody says something you agree with, doesn't mean you gotta agree with everything they do. We don't have to write them a "you're not a coon anymore" pass. Too many times I see a black person come around and make a few points, and then black folks say, man, he made some points now. Don't be the he made some points now person. I can't stand that type of motherfucker. I cannot stand the he or she made some points person. Candace Owens, how many times she come out, says 2 or 3 things we agree with, and you always got some black person saying, she's not that bad. She made some points now. A motherfucker says, the Democratic Party ain't did nothing for black folks. Whoa, he made some points now. Motherfucker jump up and says, immigration hurts black folks. And somebody out there gonna say, hey, I like him. He made some points now. Quit with the goddamn he made some points. Anybody can make a fucking point. Just because you made some points does not eliminate you from your coonhood, okay? Quit giving motherfuckers that pass because they made some points now. You can make any motherfucking point. A broke clock is right twice a day. The sun even shines on the dog's ass from time to time. But it don't mean that your ass done got a get out of coon jail free card. And motherfuckers are right that just because somebody made some points now. Fuck that. Kanye said some truth, goddamn right. But Kanye got a whole track record of cooning well before then, and Kanye been cooning after. So guarantee Kanye still got that goddamn COON tagged on his head, and he gonna have to live with that shit, own that shit, and he gonna have to hold his own nuts. When you enforce the code, you got to be stern. You can't be falling for some little shit like a motherfucker making a point, and then you got to like them. You don't have to like somebody because you agree with them, and if you like somebody, you don't have to agree with everything they say. That's how they trick us, because they know motherfuckers is out there quick to say he made some points now. So therefore, the first thing they do when they're on some op shit is they come in and say 2 or 3 things they know we're going to agree with. And once they get you agreeing with them, that's when they hit you with the pivot. Everything has to pivot. Remember that. ADOS popped up talking about reparations. Motherfuckers said they made some points now, and then they hit the pivot and said vote Democrat down ballot. The Not Fucking Around coalition with Scam Agent J, he popped up talking about protection and self-defense, and then he made the motherfucking pivot. Black Lives Matter showed up, and they started talking about peace and justice, and then they made about 5 motherfucking different pivots. And the only reason they get away with that is because they know motherfuckers is so quick to want to agree with a person who made 1 point. And if they made 1 point, you gotta like everything they do. I'm not like that. A motherfucker can say some shit I agree with, that does not mean I fuck with them. You got to put a track record together. You got to have a long line of being correct, standing on the right side of issues, and holding down your people and doing the work. Not just because you made a couple fucking points today. Because that's when the ops show up, that's when the pivot shows up. Quit being in a rush to love these motherfuckers and enforce the code. Once you enforce the code, the real ones gonna show themselves and the fake ones gonna show themselves, and then you can separate the counterfeit from the certified. Another thing that starts happening when motherfuckers is in a rush to love, that is associated with the W savior. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The same way folks will hear Candace Owens say some shit and say she made some points and they agree with her and she's not that bad, all that bullshit. That's the same thing they do when you start talking about these W's who come around and they say, I'm the ally. See, that's why allies always sneak inside, because you got somebody who's in a rush to believe them. I'm actually on the other side of that. I'm not in no motherfucking rush to believe you. I don't trust what the fuck you saying, and you are racist until further notice when you fucks with me. See, a lot of these counterfeits, they make another black person have to jump through hurdles, guess how many jelly beans is in a jar, hop over 5 obstacles, land on their feet before they want to believe them. Let one W come around here, say one thing they agree with, and they start saying, that's an ally now. That's a real ally. I got one for you. All this person did was showed up and said 2 or 3 things about black folks, and black folks was, woo! Oh, nah, did y'all hear about that Jane Elliott? Yeah, we going there. We going there. Yeah, Jane Elliott. Jane Elliott had all these black folks talking about that's a rider. That's a real ally. As a matter of fact, I don't even use the fucking term ally. All right? I use you are family or you're an op. Point blank, period. I have no room for no fucking ally. No new friends. I got all my foundationals right here with me. We good. We straight. As I told you, when shit pop off, I don't need no new recruits. I'm not raising my hand and saying, can I get 30 motherfuckers to help me? I got that 300. That 300 is solid, certified, and they gonna ride. All of you guys are gonna ride. Salute to the chat, certified BLACK. We gonna ride. What the fuck I look like trying to go on an ally hunt for? Because that opens the door to some bullshit. And that door to some bullshit has been opened a lot because a lot of folks deep down inside, they want the savior. So the savior understands all they gotta do is say some small things, some minimal things, a few things black folks is gonna agree with, then they got them. They understand. They find out what black folks are concerned about, then they just say it and they placate to it, and then black folks get to jumping for it, and then they got them right where they want them. That's what Jane Elliott was doing. Jane Elliott came around here talking about she tired of W's. She gonna call out her own community. She gonna hold us down. She gonna represent us to the fullest. Made one fucking video yelling at some fucking little girl, and all these black folks are running around here saying, that's my friends. My friends is here to stay. That ain't a boss move. That's a chump move. That's a chump move. That's weak. That's soft. That's docile. Bosses don't do that. Bosses don't jump up and down and jump for joy because we want an ally, or an ally did one thing that makes us happy. Fuck that. Only thing that makes me happy is seeing my certifieds win. Seeing my certifieds shine. If you ain't a certified BLACK, then I don't know you. So black folks was loving Jane Elliott, and then out of nowhere, the term reparations came up.
How do you feel about reparations for
Black Americans, and others, that especially in this country that had to deal with the atrocities of, people who classify themselves as white?
Well, let me put it this way. I'm going to lose most of your black audience now, but this is the way it is. The first modern human beings that came to this continent came from Africa. And the people who are suffering the most from COVID are Native Americans who came from Africa. To give reparations, we better start giving reparations to the people whom we raped, killed, murdered in various ways, and whose land we took. Let's start there. I'm all for reparations from there. Want to give them back the land? I don't think you want to. I don't think you would stand for that for an instant. But and you need to realize that they were the first Americans. We called them Indians because Columbus and other people didn't know where the devil they were. They thought they were West Indies. They must be Indians. They weren't Indians. They aren't Indians. They'll never be Indians. They were from Africa, as we all were. So if we're going to start with reparations, let's make reparations to the first people, the first black people who came to this continent. Let's start with those people we call First Nations, because they were the First Nations.
You ever want to see who's really down for you? Start talking about reparations, because reparations is money, and we all know that money talk, bullshit walk. A motherfucker can say they down for you on something that's powerless, but they ain't gonna ride for you on something that's powerful. They'll give you a bunch of symbolism, a bunch of gestures, a bunch of small talk. We tired of racism. We need to end supremacy. That's all bullshit. You start talking about them dollar bills. You start talking about something that's going to challenge their economic position. That's when you're gonna tell who's really got your back and who really doesn't. Reparations is the biggest indicator of where people stand when it comes to racism. Yup. A motherfucker can say anything when they get to running their mouth, they get to babbling, but as soon as it gets to reparations, they stop. They don't cross that line. Oh, no. They was like, no, damn, brother, I was just down for you when it came to marching, and I say Black Lives Matter, I put a fucking sign up in my yard, I might even buy a fucking t-shirt. I might hang out with you, you can come on over and have a drink or two, but reparations, hell no, I don't want all that now. That's what the fuck they be on. And black folks have seen that. So I never, and I'm sure my family, y'all never rock with that Jane Elliott hustle any goddamn way.
I doubt very much that there are unless you're in prison, and that's our new form of slavery in this country, is the prison industrial system. You know it as well as I do. But if you aren't in prison, you're probably not being enslaved, and you're probably not living on a dirt floor without any electricity, without any running water, without any central heating or cooling or air, and 100 miles from a hospital. But there are lots of Native Americans who are living in that very situation. And now somebody's going to say, we gave them the land. We gave them a postage stamp size of the land. We did not give them anything. We stole from them and gave very little back. If you're going to do reparations, let's do reparations for those folks first. I'm all for that. And I know now that that'll make a whole lot of people of color angry. But you have to, if you're gonna try to repair this situation, you better start where the worst damage has been done.
And I know y'all seen this interview when reparations came up and she started talking about, I ain't for reparations if we give it to the natives. The natives are really Indians. We're black from Africa. And people of color, a minority. She says 20 different things. I don't even know what fucking point she was making. Matter of fact, I do know what point she was making. The only thing that was clear in the whole conversation, the only thing she said that was coherent is that she don't want reparations for foundational black Americans. She starts talking about the Indians. She starts talking about Africans. She starts talking about the original people. She starts talking about endangered servitude, which y'all know is the number one thing that supremacists say when they want to take away from us. She went into the supremacist talking points. And black folks are running around here talking about that's their grandma. It's that same Betty White shit. When black folks is in here crying about Betty White, you got Cicely Tyson, Sidney Poitier passing away, black folks ain't post a fucking meme. Betty White passed away, black folks sitting there mourning for 5-6 days. Fuck out of here. I'm telling you, a lot of these folks love that grandma figure. That grandma figure. And did not tell you, in the system of supremacy, everybody has a job to play. Her job is to play the good cop, but she plays a good cop designed as grandma, who talks a bunch of good game, and black folks say, man, I love her now, because deep down inside, a lot of these counterfeits wish that their grandma was a W woman. Yeah, and she plays into that role. So soon as the reparations claim came up, she gave all these things, start talking about servitude and Indians, and the only thing you know for sure is that she wants to give reparations to everybody else except us.
And what about the descendants of slavery?
I think the descendants of slavery deserve some kind of reparations, but I think the descendants of the First Nations deserve some kind of reparations too. I think you can't do it for one without doing it for the other. And which one are you going to start with? Because you see, we tried to enslave Native Americans, but they would run away and get into the nearest village, and we couldn't tell which one, we couldn't tell them apart, so we couldn't tell which ones we had tried to enslave, and they got away. So we didn't start slavery with black people, what we call black people in this country. We started it with Native Americans. And we also brought indentured servants here from other countries to act as servants until they had worked long enough to pay back what it cost to bring them here and what they should have been paid while they were working. So that slavery didn't begin with people from Africa in this country. It began first with Native Americans, then with white folks, then with people of color, then with Africans.
Fake as hell. Fake as hell. And y'all notice how she said the people whose land we stole, the people that we raped, the people that we had all types of atrocities against, that's foundational Black Americans, homie. Yeah, she just sat there and named everything that happened to us, but she was not applying it to us. Bullshit. And y'all notice she got that same Joe Biden tone, that real wagging your finger, that to hell with y'all, you ain't black. That same mentality. Anytime you see them talk to black folks, they talk with this scorn, anger, like they're real lashing out at you when they talking. She got that same shit. Joe Biden said, you ain't black. And she says, well, I'm gonna piss off some black folks. It's the same shit, because these motherfuckers is really angry. They don't want to be asked these questions, especially by black folks. Their supremacy is not to be questioned at all. And the main thing, they don't ever want their allyship to be questioned. A black folk ain't supposed to be questioning them at all. If they say that they supremacists and massa, don't question them. If they say they your ally and they your friend, don't question them. And that right there is a sign that they ain't really your ally and that they really just supremacists with a buddy mask on. That's all they do. Go back to what Malcolm X was talking about, the wolf and the fox. That's all they do is they put on that act. And if you talk to them long enough, you'll hear it. When Joe Biden got mad, he started saying, to hell with y'all, you ain't black. 94 crime bill. And when you sit there and you talk to Jane Elliott long enough, you'll start to hear her supremacy show, and she'll say shit like, I'm gonna lose half your black audience. She basically said she's for reparations just for everybody except the descendants of American slaves, us. Supremacy shows when you let these motherfuckers talk. And that's why they come around and they play these type of games so they can oppose us in a back angle. They can oppose us sideways. They don't never want to be direct. Remember, supremacy never works right down the middle. No. Because they're going to catch smoke if they do that. They got to always come at a different angle, from a different side point of view, through the attic, through the chimney, through the basement. Whatever it is, they got to deliver it in a sneaky fashion. That's why Joe Biden shows up and he says he's Uncle Joe. And that's why Jane Elliott showed up and she's Grandma Jane. They come as an uncle, they come as an aunt, they come as a grandma, they come as a friend, they come as an ally. To me, they all just come in as supremacists. Got them all marked, got them all checked. So these are the nuances you got to be well aware of. You got to know the fine details. You got to be able to read the fine print. That's where you're going to see the truth at, because these motherfuckers operate in deception. Being able to deceive is their number one tactic. What we've done with this era is we've stripped away 100% of their deception. And they can't deceive anymore, so they ain't got nowhere to go. Like we said, the Democratic Party cannot deceive us anymore. So where they go? Where you at? When you take away deception from a snake, they ain't got nothing left. Nothing left. That's why Barack Obama ain't working, because all he did was pull the bait and switch on black folks. That's all he did. Kamala Harris pulled the bait and switch on black folks. That's why she don't come out anymore. Once you identify an op, and once you see through all their tricks and they deceit, they are stripped to nothing. They ain't got nothing in the tank. They ain't got nothing going for them. And now you got them right where you want them. Regulate time. And we here right now. That's why I love having these dialogues. That's why I love conversing with the family. Every time I get any opportunity to sit down and chop it up with the fam, I'm on it. Anytime we can break it down, I'm on it. Every type of conversation that we have is always thought-provoking and it's always productive, because we're getting to the points, and that's why we've learned so much. Brothers and sisters right now are exchanging notes. Brothers and sisters right now are teaching each other. We don't got to go and learn from another side. We ain't got to go get people to come in and teach us the lessons. We are teaching each other. We're holding each other down. We got each other's back. That's why I do say that we are codified unlike anything before. This code that we're operating is so strong. How do you know this code is strong and we are on code more than ever? Because look at all the money they spent trying to get us off code. I'm telling you, they have spent trillions of dollars globally just to get our lineage off code, and it ain't working. They got to spend money. They got to spend time. They got to spend energy, resources, all that type of effort so foundational Black Americans can quit teaching each other. So foundational Black Americans can quit working together. So foundational Black Americans can quit building. But every single thing that they're trying to stop is only making us stronger. The reverse effect is in, family. If they're coming at us hard, we go harder. If they're coming at us trying to break us, we stand stronger. If they're coming at us trying to derail us, we stay on our path. Every single thing is working. Every single thing is shining. Every single thing is on game. And we are the ones on the forefront of it all. We are certified American freedmen, and we are history in the making. And on November 5th, this reparations rally, we really gonna make history. We really gonna be making history. Everything we doing is monumental. Everything we doing is massive, epic. That's why they're gonna write about us 100 years from now. I ain't playing, think I'm playing. They're gonna write about us 100 years from now, and every single one of us are gonna be able to tell our story. And we're gonna finish strong, so our story is immaculate. Yes, indeed. Everybody always tells me, they say, man, Black Alpha, we love you because you're so positive, man, and you represent us to the fullest. And I know you love your culture. Goddamn right I do. Goddamn right I hold this down. Goddamn right we're going to continue to hold this down. And we're going to always put it in the most positive, pure light. Not because we making this shit up. It's because that's who the fuck we are. We are the strongest, so I speak with strength. We are powerful, so I speak with power. We are prideful, so I speak with pride. The most beautiful thing in the world, family, is being able to accomplish your goals just by being you. We ain't gotta act. FBA, we don't act like nobody else. We don't put on masks and shit. We don't flee to other countries. We don't say that we're somebody we're not. We don't try to claim someone else's history. Try to take the accomplishments from somebody else's ancestor. Boy, y'all got me here talking with air quotes. God damn. You know we rocking. We don't try to do these things that everybody else is out here doing. Damn, they go to air quotes again. We don't do them things that everybody else does. That's what they do to us. We just stay ourselves and we great at it. And we make it look good too, because we some fly ass people. That's why the whole world want to dress like us, walk like us, and talk like us, but they can never be us. We too fly and they don't qualify. Trust and believe me when I tell you that shit. So when we look back and everybody says, damn, reparations came, we're going to be able to point to ourselves and say, we did that. When we can pass down generational wealth to the next generation of Black folks, we can point to ourselves and say, damn, we did that. When we can break the Democratic Party, when we can break the Republican Party, when we can break any politician and their benign neglect policies towards us, we can point to ourselves and say, damn, we did that. And it has already started. This isn't something that we're going to wait on. You don't have to wait until next month. You ain't got to wait till next year. It's already in progress. Jump on board if you ain't already. Shit, we here. We already in the front row. And I'm enjoying every second of the ride. And I would not want to stand next to anybody other than my foundational Black American family tree. All of my brothers, sisters, kings, queens, the goddess, and the gods. Love y'all with a passion. So let's keep on working. So it's going to be our ways. We're going to come up with our own policies. We're going to come up with our own rules. And that is boss way of doing things. We're making boss moves. We're making real, certified, genuine boss moves that affect us and only us. We keeping everything to ourselves. We ain't sharing the goddamn thing. All right? We're going to keep it in-house. My brothers and sisters is going to have it. We ain't sharing it with anybody else. Everybody else can take care of their own. Everybody else, worry about your own shit. We good over here. Foundational Black Americans, we got it made. And we're going to continue to have it made. So we're going to get real policies that benefit and affect our people opposed to everybody else. No longer are they going to come around with the sing and dance. I'm not trading in policies for your new dance. I'm not trading in policies for some new song. Not decriminalizing weed. You can show up to every fucking rapper concert. You're not going to give us something that we don't want. You're not going to give us something and tell us we have to share. You're not going to give us something and call us people of color. We are foundational Black American, certified American freedmen, and you will address us as such. Point blank, period. So ain't nobody gonna come around here trying to feed us that bullshit. They've done it long enough and it has stopped. The boule is gone. The mainstream is gone. Democratic shields are gone. And we are the only ones that remain. So keep the songs to yourself. Whoa, matter of fact, hold on. Let me say this. I've been wanting to bring this up. Family, did y'all see Stacey Abrams with Questlove and they was doing the damn rap song? Did y'all see that? If y'all haven't seen it, listen, I'm about to play it. That was the most cringe-worthy shit I ever seen in my life. Wasn't nobody moving. Wasn't nobody rapping. Wasn't nobody doing nothing but acting like a goddamn fool. You could tell it just reeked of something that's old and outdated that ain't moving the people. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell in their head, they thought that shit was gonna be something popping and everybody was gonna retweet it and it was gonna start trending. They thought it was gonna be the talk of the town and it didn't do nothing. It's just another sign that these motherfuckers out of business. We putting the Democrats out of business. I'm telling you, ain't just got to look at the poll numbers and see that they out of business. You can look at all their stunts and all their dancing and all the concerts they go to, and ain't nobody thinking about that shit. As a matter of fact, people are clowning it. So she started rapping and doing all this shit, and motherfuckers was just looking at it like, what the fuck is this? Matter of fact, listen.
Suprema, Suprema roll call. It's Laia.
Yeah.
With Stacey A.
Yeah.
And we all about to listen to what she got to say.
Roll call.
Hey,
Suprema, Suprema roll call. Suprema, Suprema roll call.
My name is Stacey.
Yeah.
I tried to win.
Yeah.
It didn't happen the first time.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it again.
Bars. Suprema roll call. Suprema, I need an air horn.
Suprema roll call.
Suprema, Suprema roll call. Suprema.
Man, family, did y'all hear that bullshit? Did y'all? Roll call. What? Ain't nobody even doing nothing. There's a couple motherfuckers at the table who look like they didn't even want to be there. They still think this shit is 2008. They still think this is Barack Obama going on the Ellen DeGeneres show and dancing. That shit ain't popping, fam. That shit is not popping in these streets. Just like the Democratic Party is not popping in these streets because the black grassroots runs this motherfucker. If you ain't on our time, then you out of time. And we pushing it real heavy, holding the line. So let's continue to do this. And as a matter of fact, what y'all think about this shit? Have you noticed every time you see a politician dancing, it's always surrounded by black folks? You ever notice that shit? You ever see a politician dancing with any other race of people? Think about it. Every time in your life that you've ever seen a politician dancing, playing the saxophone, talking about hot sauce or food or whatever the fuck, they're always surrounded by black folks. They don't never pull this shit on other people. This is another thing that we have identified. This is why they don't work anymore. At the end of the day, family, we've called out all their tactics and they use those tactics under camouflage. So once the camouflage is gone, they're gone. Simple as that. They can't trick you no more because we done called the shit out. It's like calling out somebody's lie before they tell it. You strip away all the power. So now black folks is watching this shit. As a matter of fact, black folks are calling it out before it happens. We're saying they gonna come around and dance. They gonna come around and sing, but they ain't gonna talk about laws. But they ain't gonna talk about policies. They gonna talk about people of color. They gonna talk about black and brown, but they ain't gonna talk about black folks. But they ain't never gonna talk about freedmen. We know what they're gonna do before they do it. We know what they're gonna say before they say it because we know what type of bullshit they're on because we've heard it all before. Ain't got nothing left. They've been using recycled racism for years and it's gone. We're the group that they wish never showed up. They wish that this era, this generation never came. They did not want to see the day where the black grassroots took over. They just didn't want to see it. They knew this would happen if the black grassroots took over. That's why they spent so much time trying to prevent it. That's why they gave all of our certified ancestors hell, because they knew we were coming. They knew we were next. And they said, how can we stop this? They wanted to continue to lie to black folks for another 60 years. They wanted to continue to con black folks. They wanted to see black folks continuously put other groups above themselves. But now you have a group of black folks who are self first, who think about our community and our community only, who represent our lineage to the fullest. It is about foundational black Americans. That's where it starts, that's where it ends, and there's nothing in between. They did not want that. They wanted somebody who's very easy to manipulate. They wanted somebody who's very easy to hustle. They had it. They should have took advantage of it. I hope they had a great time dealing with the African American because the foundational black American, homie, don't play that. Oh, and that ain't it. Another lady came out and she started talking about how the Democratic Party hasn't done anything for black folks. Listen.
I don't know how to sugarcoat this, Robbie, so I'll just say it. It seems clear that the Democratic Party is over. I saw the writing on the wall and left after the Obama years. He was probably the best the party had to offer, and he revealed himself to be a truly disappointing character. You could drive a Bronco through the gap between his campaign promises and reality, and 14 years after he promised hope and change, we still have no campaign finance reform, Roe isn't codified, and instead of using his incredible political gifts to advance the interests of the communities he was supposed to represent, he's now angling to buy a basketball team. I guess it's easier to crush a future strike if you own a franchise.
Y'all see what we talking about. Now, all these people who start popping up, this is about the third or fourth person I've seen in 2 months that has been on national TV talking about how the Democrats haven't done anything for black people. Where y'all think that's coming from? That's coming from us. We are setting the trends. It ain't just hip hop, family. We are setting the trends politically. Everything that we do is affecting everyone in the world. We used to think it was just rap music that had motherfuckers want to act like us. Trust me, they're trying to take our political terminologies. Our prowess has reached Washington, D.C. It's at a fever pitch right now, turned up to the max. Think about that, family. How many times have y'all seen somebody on national TV talking about and referencing that the Democratic Party does nothing for their main voter bloc, Black Americans? Y'all know they getting that all from us. How many times you see people talking about reparations? They getting that from us. This wouldn't even be getting uttered on TV if we didn't start the conversation. We're starting these conversations and everybody's following suit. The Black grassroots is in full control, and that's why we're taking away their voters. All the Black folks who are sitting out this election, we did that. All the Black folks who are leaving the Democratic Party, we did that. All the Black folks who are sitting out the voter process, we did that. The Black grassroots and certified Black society takes full responsibility for that. So Roland Martin, you can go cry at KFC. You get mad all you want to. All them folks trying to shame us and talk down to us, you can all kiss our certified foundational Black American ass. This is how it should have been a long time ago. No longer do we vote for nothing. No longer do we stand in long ass lines in the rain, sleet, hail, snow for nothing. No longer do we campaign to give our hard-earned money to politicians who wouldn't spit on us to put out a fire. That ain't happening no more. You don't give us nothing, you don't get nothing. You don't like it, deal with it. That's certified, that's boss style. Real boss moves, that's how we operate. The truth of the matter is that the Black grassroots has got rid of the Black mainstream. There used to be a time when the Black mainstream was in control of everything, and anything they said went. Until we replace them, we erase them, we cancel them. They have no effect anymore. The Black grassroots controls every portion of Black society. Yes, we do. They follow our talking points, our narratives, and our facts are what the whole community gets behind. And everybody knows it. The people have spoken. All we've done is present the facts and the truth, and it makes sense to people. So they relate to us. People understand us. People got love for us. They don't have love for the Black mainstream because they've seen what it's done. We've told people to have pride in yourself. We told people to stand up for yourself. We told people to love your lineage, and that has resonated with the community. When it comes down to the Black mainstream, nothing they're saying is resonating with the people. They're not moving anybody. They're not saying anything that's fresh. Black folks today don't want to hear them no more. Their message is over with. It's done. They need to go home and sit it down. Either time will get you or the community will get you. Nature will get you, and they've been got. The Black grassroots is in full control, and everybody relates to us. Everybody is on our side. We've gotten stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's going to get to the point eventually where there is no more Black boule and there is no more Black mainstream. I mean, look at them now. We're about to go and march for reparations, and they're about to go to Zaddy's principal's office. You see the difference? Don't nobody want to be over there. Everybody wants to be on the right side of history, and the right side of history is the American freedmen. The American freedmen are the people who are affecting the whole planet Earth. The American freedmen are the people that everybody understands. Who understands the damn boule? Who understands getting told that you better go vote, or you wrong if you don't vote? National publications are picking up on our talking points. It's to the point now, you got Republicans who are starting to say things that we say. Oh yeah. Ann Coulter came out and said, civil rights is for Black folks. Democrats are out here turning their back on Black folks after 5 minutes so they can go get with immigrants and women. She was throwing women under the bus. This is what I'm talking about. Would she be saying that if we didn't create that talking point? That's our talking point. I'm telling you, every politician you see, every news anchor you see, all they're doing is mentioning things that we say. We are so strong right now, I'll hear things on Twitter, and then the next day I'll see that shit on national television. Don't tell us we ain't working. Every time we get mentioned, it's based on things we're saying. That's the beauty of pushing the narrative. But in order to push the narrative, you got to be codified, and we are codified. That's why you're seeing it. They're saying everything we say. As a matter of fact, listen.
You make kind of a provocative comment in your new book here, Mugged, and I think it's on page 151. You write that various groups, feminists, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the Black civil rights experience.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. I mean, I think the way liberals have treated Blacks like children, and many of their policies have been harmful to Blacks. At least they got the beneficiary group right. We do have to, I mean, we shouldn't. There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left. They dropped the Blacks after 5 minutes.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No, I think civil rights are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans
Can I just say, what have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
But you see, most of us are either immigrants.
You see that? You see that right there? You got Republicans and Democrats going back and forth based upon things that foundational black Americans have created. We're creating our own talking points. No longer are people telling us what our policies are. No longer are people telling us who our friends are. No longer are people telling us what we need to do. No, we doing whatever the fuck we want to do. And obviously it's working because look at everybody in disarray. Yes, that's all on us. And the way she was debating right there and she was going back and forth with people, this is what I was talking about gaining political power. Remember I said our political power don't look like everybody else's because our political power is our own. Our political power is based out of independence. Our political power is about breaking the system and taking everything that was meant to work against us and making it work for us. That's what we're doing. So as she was sitting there debating about immigrants and black folks, all talking points that we've said because we're the ones who highlighted that right there is a point where Freedmen can use the Republican Party versus the Democratic Party. I told you, the free and Freedmen means free agent. And we are free agent destined to take our vote to whoever is the highest bidder. And we're going to make them go all the way into their savings. They're going to go all the way into their pockets. They're going to put up their mortgage and their child's pension and their child's tuition just so they can pay for the foundational black American vote. Let me tell you something. The foundational black American vote is for sale. It ain't for free no more. Nah, Freedmen don't mean free vote. Freedmen means free agent. And we on strike, and we gonna go to the highest bidder. We gonna auction this motherfucker off. The same way you seen her debating with Democrats, we can put a wedge right in between them and work each one against each other. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you get when you deal with the Black Alpha Network. We break it down to that. We need to go to the Democrats and tell them, we gonna step over here to your adversary because they're talking what we wanna hear. They gonna pay for our vote. Then the Democrats say, no, come over here. If you ain't talking right, how much money you got? Oh, you ain't got no money? All right, well, have another Stacey Abrams and Raphael Warnock because y'all about to lose the whole vote. And not only are you gonna lose it, and this time you're not gonna lose it by just not voting, we may go vote for your opponent. See how that shit works out for you. That's what we got to do. That's how you gain true political power. Pitting two groups against each other, and there is issue amongst issue that we can draw a wedge between the Democrats and Republicans and make these motherfuckers fight over our vote. And we can get some money in the process. Now, how great does that sound? Make one political party fight against the other political party. All in the meantime, they're putting up money so foundational black Americans can get paid. That's how you do it. That's political power. That's a boss move. When I say it's all eyes on FBA, you know it's all eyes on FBA. That's how you do things.
I'm going to add to that, family, and I'm going to add to that. Let's say this, and I think this is the general consensus of the black grassroots, why people go back and forth and they jander between how to vote. I always say this, it's something we always talk about, me and Queen Alpha. Black grassroots candidates are always the first option. Okay, the Democrats and the Republicans should only be used to pit each other against themselves. That is it. We got to look at this as free agency. We are free agents in the political world. Let me break it down. We are free agents. What we've been doing is that we've been giving our vote 90% to one party. That strips away any type of negotiation tool that you have. Imagine you working for a company and one company is going to offer you $100,000. And you just say, okay, I'll keep taking it. That's what we've been doing. Instead, actually, they've been offering us nothing. But say somebody's going to give you $100,000 and you say, okay, well, I'm going to take this negotiation deal to the other company. And this other company said they're going to give me $130,000. And then they do that, and then you go make another counter offer. You got to pit these people against each other. You can't just go and vote for one person over and over and over again. The only time you should ever deal with the Republican or Democratic Party is make them counter offer. That's called taking the best deal. Once you start taking the best deal, then you get the best deal and you get the most money. We haven't been doing that. You got to view this as a free agent. We are free agents, and right now we're on strike. We're on strike, and we're not going to play until we get exactly what we want. And if we do play the game, we're going to play it on our terms. What we should have always been doing is going from one party, and I don't give a damn if it's a third party. Go to each one of these parties and tell them this is what you better do for foundational black Americans. And if you do not, I'm going to your competitor and I'm going to offer them the same deal. And if they do it, say, hey, I got what I want. See you next election. Instead, black folks haven't been doing that. They've been putting on their blindfold and going to the Democratic Party and just voting over and over and over again. You got to view this as a high stakes game of chess. You got to view yourself as a free agent, and you have to have the focus that I'm going to take the best offer. In order to take the best offer means that you need to negotiate and work with all sides, even if it's only to cast the illusion that you might vote. But guarantee casting that illusion goes a long way. Folks know that you just gonna show up for no reason. When folks know that you just gonna give your vote away for nothing,
then you end up getting nothing. So we got to be strategic, and we got to play this like chess. We got to play this like blackjack. We got to play this like some intelligent people that we are. In order to do that, we got to get rid of all the vote blues, no matter who's, anybody but Trump's, and then we got to start operating like our own independent, functioning political prowess, which we are, and which I'm seeing happening right now. Right there. That right there is how you do it. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my brother B Zilla, by the way. That's a space that we did, and we were spitting that hot fire. And we broke down exactly how you gain political power. Political power is already here, family. It's already here. All we got to do is harness it. And a lot of foundational black Americans are. That's why the Democratic Party's in shambles. That's why the Republicans are in shambles. And that's why we've got everybody nervous. When we get codified, everybody gets nervous. When we get on game, everybody gets shook. They're understanding, damn, them freemen are about to pit us against each other. Damn, them freedmen are about to start charging for their vote. Damn, them freedmen are about to change the political process. You motherfucking right. You motherfucking right. Because they've been trying to go get a bunch of people to replace us that don't even vote for them. I've said it before. A lot of people of color don't even vote for the Democratic Party. They'd rather go vote for the Republican Party. So what does that do? That leaves the Democratic Party nowhere. They have no chips in their corner, family. None. The Democratic Party has put themselves against the wall. This is the perfect time for us to break them. We can break them right now if we want to. Why? It's because they try to replace us with people that don't even vote for them. What kind of fucking sense does that make? What kind of sense does that make? Hey, we out here getting it in. We winners. We win all the time. That's how we get down. We see one mistake, we capitalize on it. They said we're going to fly in all these people of color. We're going to try to give them the right to vote. Go ahead. Fly in every person of color you can find. But I guarantee you one thing, they're not going to vote for you Democrats. So you're going to be stuck right in the same position, having to come back to our vote. Only difference is now when you come back to our vote, the black grassroots has replaced the black mainstream. So you're not getting a vote for free no more. We're going to make you pay for that vote. And not only are you going to have to pay for that vote, now we've seen all that slick, slide, suck ass shit you've been doing. So we're going to go ahead and run a special this week, which is going to be an extra additional $15,000. How about that? Nah, fuck that. Another $20,000 off rip. Yeah, y'all going to start paying some fees for every time you come at foundational black Americans incorrect. That's how you do it. That's a boss right there. That's a real boss move. And this is what we doing. We out here making real boss moves because my certifieds is bosses all day. You want to start charging for the vote? Let's do it. And more elections that they lose because we've withdrawn is going to make them have to come to the table with some money. The more elections that they lose because we stepped on the other side of the aisle to talk to their opponents, the more they're going to have to step to the table with some money. And once we step to the other party and they start getting our vote, then we can step right back in the middle of the aisle and then they're going to want to come to the table with some money. Now we can play the center right down the middle and we got money on the left. We got money on the right, and both sides want some of this foundational black American vote, but both sides gonna have to pay for that shit. You know it's FBA all day. Y'all smash that like button. Y'all subscribe to the Black Alpha Network 24/7. Reparations rally. Let's get it, family. We about to turn up. This is all time right now. All time and we holding the line. Let's keep doing what we do, going to work, putting in work, thorough as fuck. That's how you get it. That's how you get political power. That's how you stun on them. We just right here created a scenario where both sides are going to have to pay for our vote. It wasn't complex. It wasn't all twisted and all chess move. It wasn't none of that shit. It was a straight up boss move, clear. You heard it in 2 seconds. Now let's go do it. And in the process of all that, we're getting black grassroots candidates, and that changes the game on a whole different level. So once we provide black grassroots candidates for us to vote for, once we get these motherfuckers having to go into their pockets and pay for our votes, we left with prosperity, we left with power, we left with excellence, and we that any motherfucking way. So turn up. There is an alternative. We're true to ourselves, we're true to our lineage, heritage, and culture, and we winning. That's what it's all about. All that democratic shit where they run around and treat us like they kids and they got ownership over us, no more. That type of energy they on, no more. We don't rock with that, we don't fuck with that, we cancel that. That's why the black grassroots is so important. And we've been making some boss moves. Remember, they didn't want to give us any policies, so we made a boss move and we said it's reparations over everything. Cut the check. They didn't want to give us any candidates that did anything for us. So we went and got some black grassroots candidates, and it's all across the country. A lot of black folks are getting up, standing up, and running for office. That's how you do it. And then on top of all that, they used to try to feed us bullshit news. They used to try to control the narrative, and we made a big ass boss move and we said, fuck the old media, we gonna get our own media, the new black media. That is a black grassroots policy of reparations, black grassroots candidates that have been vetted, and black news media that comes from us. Damn right, we in full control. Y'all know how it was. Black folks don't want to be associated with that shit. Black folks don't want to be down with that. There used to not be another voice to tell them to come on over here to this side. Now we're here, and we telling everybody, you ain't got to deal with that shit. You want to be real? You want to hold things down? Come on over here. Hey, what my man say? If you're tired of the Democrats all on the campaigns, all in the election videos, dancing, come to the black grassroots. Salute. All right, family, you know it's been a good one. Appreciate the love, appreciate the respect, appreciate the passion, appreciate all of y'all. You know how it is. Black Alpha Network 24/7, 365. We on the grind. FBA, yo, everybody stay safe, everybody stay vigilant. We about to turn up. We about to turn up. We about to radiate positive, solid, strong, good energy. I cannot wait to this reparations rally. This is the most historic rally in foundational black American history. This is going to be monumental. This is going to be heroic, and we are all going to be a part of it, family, and we're going to do what we do best, and that is put on the show. When we say it's all eyes on FBA, we know the world is watching, but they can watch all they want, they can look all they want, they can copy all they want. We still got something that they can never be because it's in our soul. True indeed. But yes, family, I'm gonna send a certified salute to everybody. Let's keep on doing what we're doing and putting work. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the Black Alpha Network. Make sure y'all smash that like button. I appreciate everybody who supports the channel. I appreciate everybody who supports the Cash App. You already know, man, we moving as one family tree. We moving as one unit, live in the flesh. We ride with the people. We stand with the people because we all the people. Yes, indeed. Peace, power, delivery. And when you do that, you can never lose. Damn right. Always remember, black is beautiful, and beautiful is always black. One love.